to Coffee Talk with Karen B. It is August 14th, Moonday, of course. What's the moon at right now? 3%, almost at new moon phase. So tomorrow will be new moon. That's pretty cool. We're supposed to have meteor showers visible, like the Perseid meteor showers over the weekend, but it was cloudy and overcast, and so we were not able to see anything. I was gonna try to maybe like go look, which I don't actually, to be honest with you, I don't know that I would have, because I'm always so tired by nighttime. Like, I'm like an old lady, I'm in bed early all the time. But I did want to go try to look at the meteor showers, but then I was laying in bed and I was like, oh yeah, meteor showers. Well, what do I care? It's cloudy outside. Can't see shit. So anyways, what's up? Good rising, everybody. Hey, Scott Hunter and Chris and Carrie. Good to see you over there on Rockfin and on the YouTubes. Alpine Endeavor, Wienik, Jay, Jonna, F.E. Viking, Dave Messenger, Ted Summer, Psyop within a Psyop, good to see you, Aisling717, hey. One very bright falling star. I saw one yesterday, a very bright one in my window. That's cool. Well, during the meteor shower times, you don't have to try. You just have to have clear skies. But yeah, we didn't even have that. It's and I've mentioned this before too. Like I started recording sunrises with the drone every month, like once a month, and then for like 2 months straight, it just wasn't working out for me. And so then I got unmotivated. Lost my motivation to keep doing it. Maybe I could try to pick it back up, but I've already missed like 2 months. I missed solstice. Like, I really wanted to get the solstice, but it was just crappy like the entire month of June. Hey, Flat Tard Dave. I think you're on Twitch over there. Good to see you. Yeah, so, I am streaming here on my backup channel. If you guys could be so kind as to share the stream, if possible, because nobody knows where I'm at. YouTube attacked my main channel and gave me 2 strikes. So I hid the channel. Maybe I should unhide it, but I don't know if somebody's like reporting my videos or what. But they gave me 2 strikes for old videos, and YouTube changed their whole, terms of service thing again, and what you can and can't talk about, and now it's like changed to, controversial content. You can't talk about it's like, really? You want to just make YouTube go back to being like unboxing this and unboxing that? You can't talk about anything interesting on YouTube, without, risking getting a strike randomly for anything that just happens to be something they don't want you to say that day. It's so frustrating. And then nobody wants to not watch streams on YouTube. Everybody goes to YouTube. But we are streaming. I stream multiple places every day. The only time that anything goes wrong is on YouTube, but all my other channels never get censored. They never get shut down. I never get, strikes on Twitch, not on Rockfin, Rumble, even Facebook. Even Facebook does not censor me in videos like YouTube. But that's where the majority of people want to watch. But I think we need to get away from YouTube. They're just such bastards. With their algorithms working against us all the time and pushing bullshit channels, and any channel that has anything real to say gets buried under a giant heap of bullshit videos. You know, it's just ridiculous. And even, you know, even people who are quote unquote have discernment, who are supposed to have better discernment, are falling for these algorithms, pushing them in these certain directions. You know? You report my videos when it was clear here and I only saw 3 meters and it was lame. Someone kicked my camera tripod while I was trying to film a time lapse. Oh, that's what a bummer. We learned so much here and the interface is still the best. Yeah, but they don't bring us new viewers. It is so hard to get new viewers on YouTube. So incredibly hard. That's why I hid my main channel, because it's got, you know, 15,500 subscribers, and I don't want to start over. I might not even get that many subscribers again if my channel gets deleted, you know? So, whatever. I just hid it for a while. And it's right before the Flattoberfest event, right? Right before my event. Every year they do this to me. And, like, this is the time when I need to be, promoting my event. And I can't even promote my event on my main channel. Yeah. So, it's frustrating, to say the least, you guys. It's frustrating to say the least. The algorithm is an arbitrator of controversy. Just YouTube! Yeah, YouTube is like the arbiter of truth. Yeah, they, whatever, you know, they want you to see. That's what you're gonna see, man. And you really gotta learn to trick those algorithms. And I'm just not good at that. You know? I'm just not good at tricking algorithms. So, anyway. Sorry, I don't mean to be a downer first thing in the morning. Maybe I need more coffee. You know, it's just kind of hard. It's always hard this time of year too, because of all it seems like everybody wants to fight. I don't know what it is during summertime, but it always happens like this time of year, also right before the events. My event. Not that everybody's putting on events. There's a few events going on. Tricking algorithms, yeah. You do have to trick them. Yep. Howdy. I forgot to open my phone lines. Let me open that up. So we have them open, just in case.
Welcome to the conference center. You are a host.
All right. Okay, so there we've got our phone lines are open. 848-222-2480. Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, Camry should be getting the floors put in right now, right? New carpet. How exciting. Let's see, where do you look at terms of service? Oh, you know what? Yesterday too we had a meetup and Dr. Law I don't think ever sent me the picture. So let me... Shiloh Carpenter, thank you for the tip on Rockfin. YouTube can suck my tube steak. Yeah, man. They suck, dude. For real. Send me pictures. So we had a little meetup yesterday at the pool. And the Boltons were there. We got to eat Bolton burgers. You know the Bolton burgers where we see the commercials on Strange World all the time? Yeah, we got to eat Bolton burgers, and they were actually pretty good. And although Jenny says it wasn't legit Bolton burgers because it wasn't fresh off the grill because they had to go cook them at the house, at Law's cousin's house, wherever that was, in the housing thing where the pool was, and then bring them back. I mean, it was fresh enough. I was happy eating it. It tasted good. Happening now. Tons of hammering in background. Oh. The curbside burger. Yeah, the one where the aliens come and take the burger from Mark, that place. Yeah. Anyway, it was cool. And all of our locals were there. Kai and Witsit sticking around for another month, so that's cool. We're gonna have another get together this weekend. Do meetups create a lot of new FEs? Well, the meetups that we do, we're already flat earthers, and it's like there's a whole bunch of us that live in the area, and we've been doing meetups already for a few years. So for us, it's just a meetup with friends. Like we just get together with friends. Okay, there we go. Law's gonna send me pictures. Okay. But you know, what creates new FEs? There's a whole myriad of things that create new FEs. The documentary that just got put out by the Fazooks, I hope that brings some new FEs. I think it might, because it's very mild. There's no, like, anything attacking Flat Earth in there. It's pretty good. So hopefully that will bring some new FEs. Hopefully having a big event in Las Vegas will get some attention and bring some new people to Flat Earth. I think that would be really cool. We're going to be doing a lot of street activism over there. Hold on. So we have, so we have, David Weiss made these. Let's see, I gotta change my scene so you guys can see it. Here we go. Okay. Flattoberfest 2023. These are like banners that we're gonna have. Okay. Win 3,000. What does it say? Win 3,000 in casino chips for one proof of the globe. No cost to play. Enter as many times as you like. So we'll have stuff like this going on. Right? That's pretty cool. You know, and we'll have all the regular stuff going on that we always have at the events. We'll do our raffles. We'll have, you know, some giveaways. I'm going to have posters designed and printed that will be giving away at the event. So everybody can get a poster, and it will, you know, it'll be something like where you can have everybody sign it as like a souvenir and take it home. Because I know at these big events, a lot of people like to get signatures, you know, have everybody sign some piece of something and take it home. It's a lot of fun. I have a popular science magazine somewhere that I've got everybody's signature on. I got a Rob Skiba signature on it. You know, I've got various things with people, you know, it's just a fun way to remember the event. Bolton burgers were awesome. Yeah. Yeah, you missed Bolton burgers. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, let me upload them. There's a group picture. I thought we all took a group picture. Bro? FE Viking, thank you for the tip on Rockfin. YouTube can definitely suck it. Oh, where's the group picture? So here we go. There's Carl. There's Carolyn, Jack. There's me sitting in the chair. This is what we do. We're at the pool. Hanging out. See, there's the Boltons right there. Bro, where's the group picture? No, I didn't get it yet. Oh, I guess they haven't downloaded yet. Oh, there it is. Okay, I got it. Never mind, I'm sorry. It was because they showed up first. Wait, how many pictures did you take, my dude? Holy smokes. There we go. That was before I got in there. There we go. There's everybody. There's the flat gang at the pool party yesterday. There you go. What's the entry fee for the upcoming Flattoberfest? Right now the ticket price is $225 for both days. Will someone cover the event? What do you mean? Like a hi Martin Ellen. Hi Xavier, San Diego, Vegas, baby, Vegas, yeah. You mean like a live stream? I'm not sure. I'm still not sure if there's going to be a Las Vegas live stream. I don't know. Because typically what I'll do when I do the events locally, I have it right here and I just take all my computer over there and I set up the live stream and I just stream it, you know? But I'm not going to be able to take my equipment to Las Vegas. I'm not taking a whole computer and all of that gear. So I don't know if there will be any live stream for Vegas. I have the brown hat next to Karen. Yes. Austin and Kai left before we took the... Yeah, they weren't there very long because they had a 3-hour drive to go to one of their family's gatherings. Somebody was being getting a surprise proposal, and so they wanted to go be with their family. So understandable. So they had to leave a little bit early. Yeah, and they're moving, and there's only 2 weekends left in this month where Kai and Witsit are going to be here, and one of those weekends they have plans to go do something with Kai's family, so that's why you guys, we're doing something here Friday. Okay. Shocking Maui fire updates. I bet you can't talk about Maui. It's kind of crazy because the aside from the obvious regular suspiciousness of this fire that displaced thousands of people and killed a bunch of people, it's actually really horrible. I don't know if more people died in this fire than the Paradise fires, but it's not good. It's really bad. But the most suspicious thing is that their warning system didn't go off, and they're supposed to have one of the best warning systems in the country, and it didn't go off at all. And as everybody was just by surprise overtaken by this crazy fire in historic Lahaina, like it's kind of, that is crazy. That's more suspicious to me than how the fire looks. No warning system. Jack and I just got our plane tickets. Okay, cool. We packed Bolton burgers for Austin and Kai for their trip. Oh, cool. Stream or separate vids for the rest of it. Yeah, I don't know, to be honest with you. More fatalities than Paradise. Yeah, it's horrible. I feel so bad for these people. I'm actually curious what's going on with Paradise, California. Because, you know, so here they have on their website this thing, it says long-term recovery plan. I was thinking about this morning. I was like, what we should do, what I think would be a cool idea is to look and see what's going on with Paradise, because this is one where everybody pretty much, I mean, I still don't know for sure how this fire started or I wonder what they say the official cause of these Paradise fires are. Oh, David. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Karen, I got a couple comments on the fires. That Peggy Hall did a great stream on it the other day, and it was very, very interesting. It's on Stop Look Think if you're looking for it under wildfires. But did you see the thing? I think it's a year old, about the plasma fires coming from underground.
Plasma fires? Where?
So this guy, like all over the place. And first, if you remember, a couple months ago, we had that alleged Raytheon whistleblower out of Antarctica talking about the underground, sonic weapon systems, and that it does more than anyone could imagine. But he's still talking about aliens coming from outer space. But he might be telling some truth there. And he says that those things are responsible for the earthquakes that happened in New Zealand and other places. But the video I'm talking about is on my Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole Telegram page. So anyone wants to go there and check it out. It's a couple-minute video. And it just shows how these fires are coming from underneath the ground. And things like house foundations will pick them up, but a bush with low roots doesn't pick it up. Interesting. It's just interesting to see. Not sure. Need more investigation.
That is interesting, because I actually been thinking a lot about what the process is that's happening underground, because, it kind of came up in that crow talk I did, like how is gold made, and I was looking into how gold was made, and they were saying like that they think that they can make gold, but the process to make it it takes so much energy that it's cost prohibitive to do it, right? Because they're saying that it's made by nuclear reactions. So then I started thinking, well, is that what's going on? Like under the earth? Is the earth having nuclear reactions where stuff like this, like that's causing like the plasma, the magma chambers, and stuff like that?
Right. And if you think about, looking at the old world, they might have had, to build all these things, access to unlimited power. Therefore, they could just make unlimited gold. Maybe it's too much with the way they control power and us with power these days. But maybe back in, a couple of 100 years ago or less, they were able to do stuff like that. I don't know. I wasn't
That's
there.
a big maybe. It's a big
Yeah,
maybe.
I don't know. I wasn't there. It's a big maybe. I'll take it. The reason I'm calling in today at 3 p.m. Eastern, I'm going on with, I forget his name, but he was the co-host on the Sean Atwood show the day I was on with Dickhead Professor Dave. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And he just wants to have a one-on-one conversation with me live. It's going to be live at 3 p.m. Eastern. And he's curious about Flat Earth, but he wants to hear what I have to say because Dave wouldn't let me talk. And it's going to be interesting. So that's 3 p.m. today. The link is on my playlist, which you can find in the app on the web button page, or you could probably find it on the Flat Earth Podcast Facebook page.
Andrew Gold.
So Andrew Gold, that's it. So yeah, he would it would be great, and he has like 200 and some odd thousand subscribers, I think, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, it's weird that when he searches for Sean's video doesn't come up. Only Professor Dave's come up. So I keep telling him about the algorithm and and whatever. So it should be good, but it would be great to have as many flat earthers in there as possible in the chat, because the trolls are going to be in there super strong. Dickhead Dave will probably be there. So we need to, everybody spread the word. Please share this link Karen is showing. You can find it. Is it on my Facebook page? On the Flat Earth Podcast Facebook page?
I don't know. I put it in the
Or
chat.
Yeah. All right, cool. But if you forget, it's on the app. Hit the web button. That's the button that looks like a spider web. That's the more resources page. And the top left where it says interviews, it's the top one on that. So.
All right.
He seems like he is an honest, legit guy, but I think that about everybody until they screw me. But I think he just got caught in the crossfire, not knowing what was going to happen on Sean's show. So give it a try.
All right. Well, we'll see.
Okay. Everybody, please share it on your groups and whatever. Let's just flood that chat with people that actually know stuff. Last question. Everyone's sending around that interview that's on that big channel with that one guy sitting on a chair. Did you see it?
No.
A flat earther interviewed called. Everyone's sending. I thought everyone had seen it by now. It's this one guy being interviewed. It's on the Soft White Underbelly YouTube page. Soft White Underbelly, 3 words. 4.82 million subscribers. It's got 83,000 views since yesterday. And the guy did okay. No one has seen this guy. I've thought everyone has seen. Nobody knows who this guy is, but he's pretty knowledgeable. He did fairly well in his answers. And I'm just curious what the deal is with this guy.
Flat Earther interview.
Looks a little kooky.
Oh, yeah. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, so everyone check it out. Leave a comment there. And somebody, I kind of went through it fast. Someone said that he mentioned something about some sort of, he was abused as a child, and the interviewer hinted that that's why he thinks the earth is flat. But I didn't hear that part. Maybe I was distracted when it happened. But I think he did pretty good. There's some things that all of us would have said differently, of course. But check it out.
Huh.
Listen up for a little bit. All right, I'm gonna go. Thank you.
All right. Cheers. Later.
See you. Bye. Bye.
Look at this comment. Thank you for largely refraining from engaging this man in a scientific debate about his beliefs, but rather getting to know why it is he personally believes the things he does, to what extent he does. It's about getting to know the individual. This man is a breath of fresh air, flat earth aside, trauma aside, theory aside. Huh. Oh, well that's cool. If the earth was known to be flat, would you be trying to convince everyone that it's round? Well, everybody's putting good comments in here that they liked watching it, even though they're not flat earthers. So that's a win, right? That's cool. Anyway, anytime that there's not like complete just vitriol and hate and just disgust, you know, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. I concluded you are a shill until you can tell me what the sun is. Yeah, you can go, yeah. I would knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. Much love from Globe Earth Eulogy. The archivist is talking about radium a lot. Maybe it connects. I don't know. What I do think is interesting, to go back to the fire thing for a second, I typed in plasma fires into the search engine, and the first thing that comes up is Snopes.com, where 2023 Maui fires caused by a direct energy weapon. You know what's funny is actually recently I haven't seen Snopes come up first in a search in a very long time. And there's so many articles coming out that conspiracy theorists say da-da-da. It's like, well, if you have to make an article about it, you know? It's funny. Directed energy weapon comes up. Highly focused energy without a solid projectile, including lasers, microwaves, particle beams, and sound beams. What caused the Maui fires? Large hurricane, drought, and perhaps even invasive grasses have fueled the devastating fires in Hawaii. Right. At least 55 people killed, forcing people to flee into the ocean for safety.
Yeah, we're done.
Whoa.
Be careful right here. There's debris all. Yeah. No.
Ugh.
No.
Eek. That does not look happy. Huh. And supposedly they, wow. Look at that. So these are the cars. It's so crazy. There's the big, what's that tree? I'm drawing a brain fart on that tree right now, but it's that famous big tree. That building right in front of it is burnt. Everything around it is burnt. One thing I will have to say though, let's see. Is that you can't really say that the trees went unharmed in this. A lot of these trees look scorched. Look at this one, half of it's on the ground. This one's fell over. The trees were definitely burning. Look at these, they're all blackened. They use what's specified by manufacturers. Plasma fire video. Planes use fuel. Ha! Okay, so here, hold on. What's this plasma fire video? God, it's so shaky.
Means this trench that's burning is plasma fire. Because of what I've told you, here is plasma fire in action. There's some here and some right there. But I gotta get over the ridge here. The fact that there's a couple spots here and a spot there means this trench that's burning is plasma fire. Because of what I've told you about how it hits the low spots and flows like water, this trench is burning. As we speak. I'm gonna get a little closer now. And there's no one around. This is not a controlled burn. There's absolutely no one around here.
How is that a plasma fire, though? How is that a plasma fire? I don't get it. I need to understand this term plasma fire and why this is being used. And is fire plasma? So I need to look up some stuff here for a second, because I don't want to just start using a term. Let's see. Is fire plasma? Firstly, fire, according to numerous comments and answers, is a process, in which case the answer to the question will be no, since plasma is a state of matter. It would be unfair to leave it there by blaming the semantics, and given the abundant references to flame origin, I am going to assume that that is what the question meant to ask. I'm also assuming that providing a candle flame constitutes plasma is enough to sufficiently answer the question. Is it plasma? The Plasma Coalition, which is a coalition of many reputed institutes around the world, says that ionization alone is not enough, but enough atoms have to be ionized to significantly affect the electrical characteristics of the gas in order for it to be called plasma. In one of its documents, it expands on this description in great detail. Which says some flames contain plasma whilst others don't. Depends on the region, what's being burned, and temperature. Because plasma... I mean, are they using that term correctly? Check out the channel called Jeff Snyder, who's been going on about the ground plasma fires for several years. How can why be dry? Banyan tree, that's what it was. Is the big fence post industry covering up for plasma fires? What is plasma fire? This is the first time that I'm hearing this term plasma fire. And I want to know what that is, and is this term being used correctly? You know what I'm saying? What state of matter is fire? Is fire a solid, liquid, gas, plasma, or something else entirely? The ancient Greeks recognized that fire doesn't have the same physical properties as earth, air, or water, but we do know much more these days. Let's look at the thorny question. What exactly is fire? Gas, liquid, or solid? Flame certainly has many of the properties of a gas. It has no fixed shape or volume, expanding and contracting as oxygen is added or taken away, but one of the defining characteristics of a gas is its ability to expand to fill any container it's put in. Fire doesn't do this, which instantly disqualifies it from being a gas. Let's think about liquids. not a liquid. You might think solid seems an unlikely answer to the conundrum, and you'd be right. Solids hold their shape, but if you were to try to pick up a flame, your hand would pass right through it and then probably hurt quite a bit. Possibly plasma. There's also another reason why fire doesn't fall into any of the above. Once the fuel or oxygen is exhausted, fire ceases to exist, but that isn't the case for solids, liquids, or gases, and that gives us an important clue as to where to look next. Possibly plasma. Often called the fourth state of matter, a plasma is formed when gaseous atoms or molecules are ionized to such an extent that positively charged nuclei and negatively charged ions roam free of each other. To do this takes energy. Take that energy away and the plasma ceases to be, becoming just gas again. Ring any bells? Sadly though, plasma is not a perfect fit either. Like a gas, it expands to fill the volume in which it is contained, whereas a flame does not. But what we can conclude for now is that the fundamental states of matter, fire is most like a plasma. In fact, some very hot flames do contain plasma when the energy inside them is sufficient to ionize enough for air molecules. A classic example is the flame generated by burning acetylene and oxygen, which reaches an eye-watering 3100 degrees Celsius. The paltry 1500 degrees Celsius flame by a wax candle, on the other hand, is too low to be considered a textbook plasma. While we still haven't properly answered our early humans' question, what is fire, we have discovered that the four natural states of matter are not sufficient to properly describe everything in the universe. This is something that physicists are actually acutely aware of, and having come up with numerous modern states of matter to explain the plethora of phases that can be observed in the lab. Well, that's not answering my question. That's just a field fire, Karen. I'm a firefighter. I've seen it many times, right? No despair bear. It looked like a field fire to me. Like, that's why I'm saying, like, what makes that a plasma fire? It just looks like a fucking fire. Excuse me. Right? Is that cow shit? Burning cow shit. I don't get why this becomes what makes this a plasma fire. All it takes is one little ember in the right place in those dry ditches for the whole thing to burn up. I've seen it firsthand. The fire spreads quick, as my friend who threw the firecracker learned. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just really hesitant to just start making claims and like using these catchphrases and stuff because like I don't know what y'all are talking about. I'm not going to just start using buzzwords without understanding what I'm talking about. So let's see, plasma fire. How about this? What is plasma? Plasma is a state of matter in physics in an electrically conducting medium in which there are roughly equal numbers of positively and negatively charged particles produced when the atoms in a gas become ionized. It is sometimes referred to as the fourth state of matter, distinct from solid, liquid, and gaseous states. The negative charge is usually carried by electrons, each of which has 1 unit of negative charge. The positive charge is typically carried by atoms or molecules that are missing those same electrons. In some rare but interesting cases, electrons missing from one type of atom or molecule become attached to another component, resulting in a plasma containing both positive and negative ions. The most extreme case of this type occurs when small but microscopic dust particles become charged in a state referred to as dusty plasma. The uniqueness of the plasma state is due to the importance of the electric and magnetic forces that act on a plasma, in addition to such forces as gravity that affect all forms of matter. In addition to such forces as gravity. See, here's the thing. Isn't that all the same thing? Electric and magnetic forces, in addition to such forces as gravity. That's all the same thing. Since these electromagnetic forces can, I think what they mean, in addition to such forces as gravity, is density and buoyancy. So electric and magnetic and density and buoyancy that affect all matter. Since these electromagnetic forces can act at large distances, a plasma will act collectively much like a fluid, even when the particles seldom collide with one another. So if it acts like a fluid, it's going to take the shape of the container, right? Nearly all of the visible matter in the universe exists in the plasma state, occurring predominantly in this form in the sun and in stars and interplanetary and interstellar space. Okay, so let's go right to the bullshit. Auras, lightning, welding arcs are also plasmas. Okay. Plasmas exist in neon and fluorescent tubes in the crystal structure of metallic solids and in many other I need to understand that plasmas exist in neon and fluorescent tubes in crystal structure of metallic solids and in many other phenomena and objects. The Earth itself is immersed in a tenuous plasma called the solar wind and is surrounded by a dense plasma called the ionosphere. Is that them trying to explain like the ether? A plasma may be produced in the laboratory by heating a gas to an extremely high temperature, which causes such vigorous collisions between its atoms and molecules that the electrons are ripped free, yielding the requisite electrons and ions. A similar process occurs inside stars. Sure it does. Since the sun and stars shine continuously, virtually all the matter becomes ionized. In such cases, and the plasma is said to be fully ionized. This need not be the case, however, for plasma may be only partially ionized. La 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 la. I'm not getting it. The chat dissolved again. Hi, I'm the. Again, people love to say directed energy weapon or plasma weapon based on the premise that they're used on 9/11. Yeah. Blood plasma. Right? Blood plasma is not hot though, is it? Wet areas are best for plasma fires. What does plasma fire mean? What is a plasma fire? Burning plasma. Picture the sun. The sun is an enormous ball of burning plasma involving a fusion reaction known as proton-proton chain in the core of the sun. Self-heating of hydrogen ions sustains the temperature of the ions above the level required for fusion to occur. So, the sun is a plasma fire. Apparently. Is that what they're saying? What else? Do flames contain plasma? The answer to this question is more complicated than most people realize. Some flames do contain plasma and some flames do not. To properly answer the question, we really have to first strictly define what we mean by plasma. Textbook definition of a plasma is an ionized gas. Ionized gas means that some electrons have been ripped completely off the atoms that make up the gas. The effectively free electrons are negatively charged and the resulting ionized atoms end up positively charged. An ion is an atom with an unequal number of electrons and protons. This definition is a good starting point, but it is not exact enough. Every gas contains a few ions and freed electrons, and yet not every gas is plasma. There must be some cutoff point where there is enough ions in the gas that it begins acting like plasma. What does it mean to act like plasma? Plasma is an ionized gas that is reflective to low-frequency electromagnetic waves like radio waves. Described on a more basic level, a plasma shields out electric fields. A plasma is able to do this because enough negatively charged electrons and positively charged ions are locally free and are able to bind to each other in a long-range collective way. The collective behavior of ions and electrons means that they are able to respond strongly to incident electric fields and move to cancel out these fields. Therefore, a stricter definition of plasma is a gas where there are enough freed electrons and ions that they act collectively. The distance that an external electric field can reach into a cloud of charged particles is characterized by the Debye length. The more atoms that are ionized, the stronger the collective oscillations of charges, and the smaller the Debye length. The strictest definition of a plasma is therefore an ionized gas with enough ionization that the Debye length is significantly smaller than the width of the gas cloud. In a flame, ionization of the air atoms occurs because the temperature is high enough to cause the atoms to knock into each other and rip off electrons. Therefore, in a flame, the amount of ionization depends on the temperature. Okay, so a hotter flame would contain plasma. Other mechanisms can lead to ionization. For instance, in lightning, strong electric currents cause the ionization. In the ionosphere, sunlight causes the ionization. The bottom line is that a flame only becomes a plasma if it gets hot enough. Flames at lower temperatures do not contain enough ionization to become a plasma. On the other hand, a higher temperature flame does indeed contain enough freed electrons and ions to act as a plasma. Okay. For example, an everyday wax candle has a flame that burns a maximum temperature of 1500 degrees Celsius, which is too low to create very many ions. A candle flame is therefore not plasma. Note that the vibrant red, orange, yellow colors that we see in a flame are not created from the flame being a plasma. Rather, these colors are emitted by incompletely burnt particles of fuel or soot that are so hot that they are glowing like an electric toaster element. If you pump enough oxygen into a flame, the combustion becomes complete and the red, orange, yellow flame goes away. With this in mind, it should be clear that a candle flame gives off light even though it is not a plasma. In contrast to candle flames, certain burning mixtures of acetylene can reach 3100 degrees Celsius with an associated Debye length of 0.001 millimeters, according to the Coalition for Plasma Science. Such flames are therefore plasmas, as long as the flame is much larger than 0.01 millimeters, which is usually the case. Other flames, including flames from campfires, propane stoves, and cigarette lighters, have temperatures that lie somewhere between these two extremes and therefore may or may not be plasma. Everyday flames such as from the burning of wood, charcoal, gasoline, propane, or natural gas are typically not hot enough to act like a plasma. So wood, charcoal, gasoline, propane, or natural gas are typically not hot enough to act like a plasma. So that makes me wonder if wildfires can even get hot enough to turn the flame into a to make the flame behave like a plasma. So what is the temperature where you get plasma? Is it 3100 degrees Celsius? Okay, that kind of made me understand it better. So the flame has to be hot enough. It has to be above a certain temperature before it starts acting like a plasma. No videos from locals were intentional. Yes, started with energy beam from the sky. Nope, old school arson. Many ways to do it from the ground. Yeah. I feel better now that I understand what the difference between fire, what makes a plasma fire. Too early, making my head hurt. Sorry, Cammy. But basically what I read is that a fire doesn't contain plasma until it gets above a certain temperature. So what is that temperature? Is my question. It mentions 3100 degrees Celsius. 1500 degrees Celsius is like a candle, right? So 3100 degrees Celsius. Let's see, Coalition for Plasma Science. Flame PDF. Ooh, here we go. Let's check it out. We're learning. I'm learning. All right. About plasmas. Plasma and flames, the burning question. Do flames contain plasma? Phrase one way or another is a frequently asked question. Some do, some don't. Whether a plasma exists in a flame depends on the material being burned and the temperature. The temperature in a flame varies greatly from one region to another. Depending on the material being burned, the temperature can range from a few hundred degrees in one region to thousands of degrees elsewhere. Furthermore, the nature of the burning material and the temperatures at different locations within a flame determine the kinds of atoms and molecules that are present. In a cool gas, the atoms are generally electrically neutral. Each atom has positively charged nucleus surrounded by a number of negatively charged electrons that exactly balance the positive charge. But if the gas temperature is high enough, particle collisions can remove some electrons from atoms, resulting in a mixture of freely moving electrons and the atoms from which they were stripped. Those atoms which are left with an excess positive charge are called ions, and those particles as well as the gas are said to be ionized. All regions of a flame will contain at least some charged particles and therefore will be ionized. The types of atoms and molecules present and their temperature determine how many of them become ionized, but does this ionization within a flame constitute a plasma? A plasma is an ionized gas. However, not all ionized gases are plasmas. This is kind of confusing. In order for an ionized region of a flame to be plasma, it must contain enough charged particles for the region to exhibit unique electrical properties of plasma, which are distinctly different from properties of other states of matter. This leads to the long answer. To be plasma, a region must contain enough negative and positive charged particles for them to interact with each other in groups rather than individually as they do in a very weakly ionized gases. Effects that result from collections of charged particles and interacting with each other are called collective effects. Thus, the key criterion for an ionized gas to be plasma is that there are enough charged particles to exhibit the collective effects. There are many kinds of collective effects. The most important one for defining plasma is the generation of internal electric fields that oppose and cancel externally applied fields. That is, plasmas can shield themselves from externally applied electric fields. That's interesting. Go to Maui for your vacation, they said, right? Plasma cutter only needs electric source and compressed air. Panasonic plasma TV. Hot ones like plasma. That's funny. I think the argument is that these normal fires get started by a plasma something, or am I wrong? Well, see, that the plasma, people are saying it's started by a DEW, right? A directed energy weapon, which is basically a focused beam of energy, light, sound, whatever, like it was talking about before, or a laser, right? So there's no plasma in that I know of. Plasma must be hotter than fire, though. Once started, plasma in trees will burn easily once their plasma is lit. What does that mean? What do you mean their plasma? And the other thing is like that, but that last article I said that burning wood typically doesn't get hot enough to start plasma. So is that what the point of contention is then? So if that doesn't typically get hot enough to start plasma, and there are fires that are hot enough to be plasma fires going, is that the point of contention? I'm just trying to understand. Low temperature, density, high temperature, high density. I don't get this. If a flame contains plasma, the plasma would be located where the charged particle density is high enough for the Debye length to be small compared with the size of the high density region. Okay, to restate the main criterion for an ionized gas to be a plasma, a group of charged particles is a plasma if the Debye length is smaller than the group's smallest dimension. Thus, when the Debye length is smaller than a flame, that flame very likely contains plasma. I don't know how you measure this Debye length like out in the field though? How would they know? A technical point: for the idea of Debye length to be meaningful, there must be a relatively large number of charged particles in a volume of a sphere with radius equal to the Debye length. Since the density of the charged particles is increased as temperature increases, a high temperature region in a flame may contain enough charged particles to be plasma. Lower temperature flames contain no significantly ionized regions and no plasma. An example of a flame with relatively low temperatures is a flame of a household wax candle, 1500 degrees. Too low for much ionization to occur. However, some flames are much hotter than that. For example, burning mixtures of acetylene, that's what they use for welding, right? Made up of hydrogen and carbon and oxygen, pressure of 1 atmosphere. The peak temperature in a flame has been measured to exceed 3100 degrees Celsius. So that's a plasma cutter, isn't it? Calculations for a particle mixture of those gases indicate an electron density high enough for the Debye length to be only about 0.01 millimeters. I don't know what that means. The calculated density satisfies the requirement that there are many charged particles in a spherical volume with radius equal to the Debye length. Since the Debye length is much smaller than the flame, such a flame would be expected to contain plasma. There is little detailed information at present. Little detailed information is available for determining if a flame contains plasma. What we need are measurements and/or mathematical calculations of charged particle densities at specific locations in a flame. Since flame properties vary greatly from one region to another, considerable effort is required to obtain the needed data. In some cases, charged particle densities can be calculated from measured temperatures. Temperatures in some flames have been measured accurately, but not in the detail required for determining plasma properties in particular regions. Although temperatures in some flames can be estimated by their color, that method is far from reliable. Indeed, some flames do not produce much visible light at all. For example, a pure hydrogen flame is nearly invisible. This is a concern for hydrogen leaks at oil refineries and will be for filling stations in a future hydrogen economy. Detailed mathematical calculations of temperatures and charged particle densities in small regions of a flame are complex, since many processes are at work. Those calculations involve chemical processes, gas dynamics, heat transfer, and the production of visible and non-visible light, all in a gas with strongly varying properties. Historically, long before the word plasma was conceived and first published in 1928, experiments were carried out on electrical properties of flames. Technical journal articles can be found extending back to the early 1800s. However, although flames have been studied for a long time, we still have a long way to understand them in the detail required. Okay, so basically, they don't have a way to prove out in the field whether a fire is containing plasma, and you can't tell by the color. And you have to test it or measure density of the flame. I don't know how you would ever do that. So it's pretty and like, I'm not going to say that there was nothing fishy going on with these fires. Okay. Clearly there's some fuckery going on here. But however, when people throw out these terms like plasma fire, this and that, I gotta wonder where people are getting this from, and are these buzzwords being sort of put into the consciousness of people looking into this stuff? Because it's like this, like there's no way to prove it. How convenient. You could never prove it. So far with what we have today, you can't prove it either way. So you can go around claiming, oh, they're plasma fires and look at this, and then get everybody all in an uproar. But then really when it gets down to it, that might not even be it. It could be a red herring. They could be doing this some other way. And then they're laughing at everybody because you're going plasma fire, do weapons, and I'm not, listen, I'm the resident contrarian. I gotta ask questions. I gotta look at this from we have to look at everything from that sort of point of scrutiny. I don't know. What do you guys think? Hail, Ben. Ben, you're late. I was just talking about something that could use your input on. Still trying to recover from Saturday. Plasma could be from the sap? Are you serious? Is that a serious thing, that plasma's from the sap? Is the sap plasma now? I thought sap was supposed to be quartz. Well, Karen, as we know, a lot of truthers will believe anything instead of doing a full investigation on it. Well, yeah, I don't know what's going on over there. I think it's probably still too early to tell, but like, I just don't... like this being a plasma fire, this looks like a regular fire to me. Especially because it says the plasma fire has to be a certain temperature. It has to be like really, really hot. If this was a plasma fire, I don't think this dude would be walking around in it. This looks like the same fires that, this looks like the same fires that Ted builds in the backyard when we were burning and cleaning shit up out in the woods. It doesn't look like anything extraordinary to me. Just by the fact that it said a fire has to be super hot, like ridiculously hot, above a certain temperature to contain plasma, I'm going to go ahead and say that that's not a plasma fire, just based on that. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, Karen B. Tony Coriolis out here on my ball field.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, doing great. So the whole talk with the plasma fires and stuff, remember like when the California ones were happening and then everyone's saying it's, PG&E's electrical things, that's why it was so hot, blah, blah, blah. Do you kind of remember, like, what were people saying about that again?
That they were saying that it was like PG&E's fault, or they thought that maybe they were starting
like meters that they had?
Yeah, the smart meters. Or some people say they were starting fires with drones. There's so many ways to start fires.
I don't know. I know. And there definitely is something going on in Arizona. I said I go up to my out-of-town spot, and like last week, I've gone up 4 weekends in a row, and last weekend there was like a fire like on the way back to the valley and then up above the valley, and then now there's another one in another spot. So there's just a bunch of weird little fires, and it could be whatever, But I do know one thing, or actually, I don't even care about it. But one of the guys, like, they got these crews that go out and work on the wildfires like that, and there's always so many of them, and they come to my park and everything sometimes, so I see them. They got like green trucks. And I was in Walmart shopping, and I saw one of the guys get like a case of beer, and then go back out. But I'm fine with that. Go ahead, drink some beers, put out some fires. Like, not a biggie to me.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Aside from the fire talk, what I did this weekend was Friday started off with a meetup with the whole flat group. And we had like 10 to 12 people come to like the casino in Scottsdale, and we all just kicked it. And out of everyone of the normal people, I brought 2 people who aren't fully flat, but they're cool with me talking about it and everything. And so it was good, just a bunch of good conversations around that Friday. And then one of the girls that came with, who I was going camping with, I told you I was going to a Jackalope Freedom Festival.
Yeah.
Yeah, so ended up going to that over this weekend, and so she came to the meetup the day before we went, and so we were just talking a whole bunch, okay? And I'm really, like, she's not flat, I guess. She's, like, I guess totally awakened to COVID and anti-jab and whatnot. But she's a big fan of David Icke,
Mm-hmm.
And then she brought up that she's a big fan of Del Bigtree, and she met him at some conference, and she really trusts him. And I just remember you saying that whole thing. He's trying to say there's, like, some easy explanation that gravity, we're rising up type of thing. Isn't that what he said?
Okay. Del Bigtree is different from Del, who is on Beyond the Imaginary Curve. Del Bigtree is like is like a big, like, he's a bigger sort of alternative media news guy who he did like I think he helped promote the Vaxxed documentary or something like that. totally different dude. And then there's the other. Then Dell is the flat earther whose channel is Beyond the Imaginary Curve, and he's the one talking about the accelerating Earth.
Gotcha. Okay, makes total sense. And okay, cool. That solved it. So I'll tell her, hey, I had it a little wrong. So okay, perfect. So okay, yeah, that Freedom Festival thing, it was pretty cool. And well, at first it wasn't, but then as the night went on, we were just hanging out by like the music stage and talking to people. It was cool, but everyone seemed to be awakened to the whole COVID nonsense. But I tried taking it flat with a bunch of people. No one was biting. They were all too, I don't know, having fun out there.
Well, all you can do is plant those seeds. You know, then they'll hear Flat Earth somewhere.
And I really
next.
think like, yeah, it was really like the conversation's going good, and we're talking about how shit's all reversed nowadays. And then right when I bring up flat, it was like you could see they just, like, I don't know, like their inner demon like didn't want them to talk about it, so it just killed the convo with a bunch of people. But whatever, you know, I've had much better people, you know, talking about it just in normal life. So maybe a music festival, everyone's all fucked up. Maybe not the best spot. Yeah. And then, hey, a couple other little random things. I still haven't gone back to my Farmer's Almanac to develop my question for you more on like that Cetus moon and the Officious moon and everything. Mm-hmm. So that's still coming down the line. But I did want to ask you about like salt. That's something that some people in our group are talking about for like hydration, putting different salts in your water. Celtic salt is one that I'm like testing out, and I think it tastes really good. What do you know on like what kind of salts are good for hydration and everything? What would you recommend? Like, just a guy trying to get hydrated, and then reading through his posts and stuff, Celtic salt is kind of what he's thinking. What do you think?
You probably can't go wrong as long as you're not, you know, getting that regular white, you know, iodized table salt. I use, I've been buying Redmond's natural sea salt, which is like from Utah. It's like a pink salt, like Himalayan salt, but I started to notice like the decline in quality of pink Himalayan salt. You know, to me, like I could smell iodine in it. So I was like, okay, this is not real Himalayan pink salt. They're coloring it with iodine, right? And it's got that iodine smell.
Yeah, I believe that.
So I stopped buying that shit. And then I started buying the Redmond's salt, which is more expensive, but man, it is so good. You can really taste the difference. And so I use that. I don't think you can really go wrong as long as you get like a high quality salt. Just make sure, you know, that's it. But yeah, we need salt.
Yeah, I gotcha. Do you know what Celtic salt is? Why do they call it that?
I don't know. I can look.
Okay, neither do I. But I got it and I like it. So I'm splitting the bag I got with the guy who's posting all about it. He said he couldn't find it. I found it at my little health food store I go to. I get a bunch of shit there.
It says Celtic sea salt and sea salt in general is made by evaporating ocean water or water from saltwater lakes. So it's just sea salt.
Oh.
So I guess it just happens to be like sea salt from Ireland? I don't know.
Yeah, that's what one guy from work said. He goes, oh, so it's like Irish, you know? And I was like, oh, I don't know. But okay, cool. Good intel. And then, shoot, there was one other thing. I don't know, I'm a little spacey after this music festival thing, if you catch my drift. So
yeah.
I'm not as sharp as I normally am. Tony Coriolis be slipping.
Yeah.
But I did want to brag. There was like a couple new people at this meetup at the casino, and like I met everyone at first, like, you know, they're coming up and they're sitting down. We're at like a little good seat section in the casino, and it's not too loud. We can all kind of talk. And then there's this guy Paul Myers, and like I go, hey dude, I got another name for flat. It's Tony Coriolis, and he's like, oh shit, I've heard you, dude. You know, so I found that to be really cool. I loved it. I was really happy when he said that.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah. Well, okay, Karen B, I'm gonna be a little short today, but thank you as always for taking my call. You're awesome.
All right, cool. Thanks for calling.
All right, peace out.
Peace. Yeah. Oof, man, that looks rough. That is rough. Look at this place. How did this place live? Did you see that? Look at this one house right here. This one house made it. See right here? How'd that happen? Wonder what the front of it looks like. Whoa. Look at that. All the pools. Eek. I mean, wow. Just devastated. Leveled that place, man. There you go. It's got some big buildings there that didn't get hurt. Ike and Big Tree. Huh? Oh, so sap, you're saying because it's flammable? But I don't know if these type of trees have sap though. Like palm trees, I'm pretty sure don't have sap. It's just to say I'm a shill one shot. I wasn't saying anything about you, dude. Somebody had you guys confused with somebody else, and I was just clearing up the confusion. I wasn't calling anybody a shill. I don't shill call anybody. I love Himalayan rock salt, although it could be other giant body parts. Truthers be acting like the science community wild, unproven theories, and peer reviewing from conspiracy theorists. I'm not triggered by you, my dude. It takes a lot to get me triggered. Hi, Karen. Hope. Oh. Interesting times. I love Himalayan rock salt. Yeah. I'm pretty sure though that like that pink salt, bulk pink salt got so popular they're just faking it now. Like it legit just smells like iodine. It doesn't even smell good. A reasoned discussion? Why do you want to talk to me about it, dude? Why me? I don't think we're moving. And honestly, dude, I don't know why, like, you guys are sitting there saying the earth is moving and oh, every motion needs some sort of mechanics behind it. Well, what's moving the earth? You guys are like introducing a whole new problem. where now you need something that moves the Earth upward at a constant speed. You know, and how would you ever prove that? Anyway, Tony, I found my Farmer's Almanac. And I don't remember what section it talks about the moon's calendar. Holidays, observances. Astronomy. Okay, here we go. 102. It's got the eclipses. There is going to be an eclipse October 14th, annular eclipse of the sun. I won't be able to make it. And then 2 weeks later, partial eclipse of the moon. Moon's path. I don't see anything about bright stars, transit times. Visible planets. It's so funny, they put an ephemeris in here, which is actually really cool. I don't really see anything in here about predicting earthquakes. What? Note the dates in the right-hand calendar pages. When the moon rises higher, runs low, the date of the high begins the most likely 5-day period of earthquakes in the northern hemisphere. The date of the low indicates a similar 5-day period in the southern hemisphere. Also noted are the 2 days each month when the moon is on the celestial equator, indicating the most likely time for earthquakes in either hemisphere. That's interesting. Enjoy your ignorance. Not with me, the one that brought it. I don't even want it. I don't care. You lot ain't interested in progress. But it's not progress, in my opinion. Look, we've already gone over this, that we just don't agree. The sky moves, not the earth. It's stable on pillars. Directed fires leave the trees unburned. Who wouldn't want that? But the trees were burned in this fire. Let's get back to plasma. Yeah, plasma is interesting. Well, I mean, what do you want to talk more about plasma? I feel like it's not correct to claim plasma fire for this stuff, because apparently for plasma or fire to contain plasma, it has to be a really, really extremely hot fire. And so I don't know. I do see how, like, if there's a big, huge fire like this, how the ground can get heated to a certain temperature and make it easier for things underground to burn, if it's like, because it's going to be evaporating off all that moisture. I just don't think it would be a plasma fire. Yeah, I've been known to be wrong more than once. The news blackout. talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. It's my channel. You know, here's the difference between me and you, dude. I don't care what you think. I don't care if you think the earth is moving up. You know what? Go ahead and go keep talking about that and keep looking at it from that perspective. When you guys have something of substance, then maybe we'll revisit it and it can be worth talking about. But right now, I haven't seen anything that makes me think that the earth is moving up. Nothing. I'm fine. Like, electrostatics, buoyancy and density and all this stuff has explained it enough for me. And I've seen enough demonstrations by Zach and other people where they change the charge of matter and it goes up instead of down. You're changing the directional vector of the matter with an unseen force. So for me, that's okay. That's okay. I don't beg for money either. Do you see me begging for money? God, you're fucking... You know what? You just want attention. That's what I think. You just want attention. You're upset that nobody gives a shit anymore. And you're desperate for attention. See, I don't even care about that kind of attention. I don't even care. Because, you know, that's why you don't see me going to your channels and getting in your chat and saying, ugh, you guys are Einstein accelerating Earth shills. Why don't you guys go hook up with the Flat Earth Society? Oh, wait, yeah, they changed. So now it's okay to say that the Earth is moving up constantly, right? Because the Flat Earth Society now says it's still. They changed their tune. They also say that it's an infinite plane and that there's a dome at the same time. They're so fucked up in the head. Flattoberfest is not begging for money. It's an event and nobody's required to go. It costs money to put on and I need to recoup the money. It's business. It's like basic math. It's how things work. Horrible person. Projection, everybody. Look at the projection. He came here to tell us all how horrible we are for doing all the horrible things. I've done 5, this is my 6th event, and a lot of people are repeat attendees to my event. Do you think they feel scammed? Do you think they keep coming back to my events because they feel like they were scammed? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know anything about dues, but it would be more likely to be invisible lasers or focused microwaves. Either way, it would be invisible except for the effects. Right. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Oh, hey, I heard Tony Coriolis talking about the salt, and I'm really confused on that because my grandparents, they always said you wanted iodized salt because it had iodine in it. Because, like, I'm in my early 40s, but my grandparents, they never used peroxide or alcohol. They would only use iodine on cuts and scrapes. So
yeah,
I was just kind of curious about that.
Well, yeah.
Because I've also heard that a lot of the Himalayan salts, they're contaminated with heavy metals also. So yeah, I don't know what to believe. There's so much misinformation out there. But yeah, I was just putting my 2 cents in.
Yeah, that's a good question. I know there's certain types of iodine you can take as a supplement, like Lugol's iodine.
Yeah. Yeah, they got the Lugol's and the I forget the other. It's like incandescent or incandescent. I forget. But anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, that's a good question.
But, yeah. And then, oh, and you mentioned a few times that people are hating on Mark Sargent.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Like, how can you hate on Mark Sargent?
I don't know,
like,
man.
That's like hating on Mr. Rogers or Bob Ross. Like, how are you going to hate on that? He's like the nicest dude ever.
That's what I always say. I'm like, Mark never says anything bad about anybody. Why does everybody hate on him so bad? I think they just don't agree with like what he says in interviews. And you know what? Honestly, I don't even agree with a lot of the stuff that Mark says in interviews. But you know, we can't just sit here and rip each other apart just because of our personal opinions all the time. I mean, he's still, you know, planting lots of seeds and bringing a lot of people to flat Earth. So, and he does tons of interviews. He talks to a lot of schools. You know, he's very easy for them to talk to. So I think he's definitely got his place here, and people should appreciate it. My personal opinion.
Yeah, I think they should too. He's awesome. I love the dude. And yeah, I usually don't catch your show. I'm usually not up this early because I work nights. But yeah, anyway, it was cool talking to you for a second.
Right on. Thank you. Oh, thank you for the tip on Rockfin. I see you. Was that you? Ask me about my crystals.
Yeah.
I should have a shirt that says that's true. All right. Thank you for calling.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just feel like, okay, the only reason that it seemed weird to me with the whole Himalayan salt and the iodine thing is because when I first was buying the Himalayan sea salt, it had like a more like earthy smell. Like it didn't get that, it never got that straight up iodine smell. Like when you open a bottle of iodine, which is good, it's like an antiseptic, right? Like you can use it on cuts and scrapes. I'm not saying there's anything really necessarily bad with iodine, but I feel like when you open your salt container, you shouldn't smell iodine. Because it wasn't like that before. Ooh, 11:11. I missed 11:11. I heard there were mad rants in this coffee shop. Seems chill to me. Yeah. All I get is your bile. I don't want to talk about the fucking earth moving upward. I really just don't. I feel like we've already, because this is my thing. We've already had these discussions. And then we talked about it on Glowbusters, and then you go and you rant on your channel, and blah, 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 and it's a big back and forth, and it's cool. Like, I just don't. I hate arguing. I just have zero interest. Like, if I wanted to talk to it, then I'd probably go to your channel and be like, yo, dude, why are you saying the earth is moving up? You know, like if I just don't care. Maybe we should you guys want to do a debate on modern day debates? I know. I know, and I get what you're saying. There's no displacement in free fall, but it's free falling. Yeah, I don't know. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, Karen.
Hi.
Hey, I was calling about the salt thing too, because I used to think the same thing about the iodine salt, and to be honest, they don't put enough iodine in it to help you anyway. But the reason you don't want to use that for stuff like what y'all are talking about is because I think it kills the bacteria that you might want when you're doing that for like your gut, the salt drink.
Oh.
Could be wrong.
You know what? That's actually a really good point.
Iodine for different. I could be wrong, but I'm just guessing on that. Anyway, and it is the Redmond real salt. I've heard that really good stuff about that. I haven't got any of it yet, but
yeah,
it is good. And also, I wanted to tell you, I tried to call in Tuesday, but I was like calling in Route Pine Zulu, so I didn't get it in. But I live in Texas, and I saw that light too on the 23rd of. I think it was it the 23rd of July or June? I can't even remember now. It went by so fast. It was where it was like a star moving, and the sky was so clear. But it was foggy around that star, so I thought it was a plane with like its landing lights on or something. And I was like, look at that. And by the time I said, look at that, it shot that smoke ring thing out in front of it. But it was shining like a spotlight around, too. It was really weird.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
It could have been a rocket.
That's what a lot of people said, but, my husband watches Mr. BBM333, whatever, and he said, as far as he looked up, there was not any launches that he could find. But anyway, I just had to call and tell you I saw that too, and then we thought it was really cool. And of course, I didn't get my camera out quick enough to get it, but you never do.
Interesting.
But I just wanted to call in about the salt because that could be why. But I use iodine for like all cuts and scrapes or any kind of little bumps I get too, because it helps dry them up quick.
Mm-hmm.
As well.
Yeah, for sure.
And also, if you're iodine deficiency, you know how people don't like to put it on their skin, but if you are and you put it on like your forearm, your body absorbs it if you need it, but it'll stay brown if you don't need it. That's what I've heard. I don't know if that's for sure.
That's interesting. It could be true. I've heard other stuff like that. Or like you can get these kits where it's got like a bunch of different bottles in there, and they have this like whatever liquid in there with certain stuff in it, and you taste it. And like depending on what you taste, whenever you test the bottle, like take a drop of that liquid, it'll tell you if you're deficient in certain minerals. So like if something's bitter or if something's sweet, right over, it's saying, well, you're deficient in this or you're deficient in that. So it could be true.
Right. And the average person, I would say, is iodine deficient because it's just not something we get in our diet. That's why they started putting it in the salt, but they don't put enough in it to give you what you need.
Well, and is it good quality iodine, you know? Like, I would feel better about like, going and getting like a high quality iodine. It's not even that expensive, and getting it that way instead.
No, it's super cheap. And the thing is, with the salt, that salt is just like using bleached, refined flour. You know, you don't want to use iodized table salt for anything.
Right.
Maybe cleaning.
Right.
But it has no minerals whatsoever in it. It's been bleached. So that's why I stay away from it, period.
Right.
But anyway, I'll let you go. I just wanted to say hey.
All right. Well, thank you.
Hope everybody has a happy day.
All right. You too.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, man. I don't know. You know, it's like, I just don't trust them to put the highest quality of stuff in there, especially if they're doing it on the sly. Piedmont, where you are, Karen B, the ground is iodine rich. Yeah, it makes sense. This red clay. People go to the seaside for health benefits when on vacation. The iodine in the saltwater heat heals cuts, bruises, arthritis, and combined with the sunlight and relaxation is very beneficial. Valiant one. Yes. Yes. I consider going to the beach just like a therapy. It is very therapeutic. It really does. It really is something to that. News today of a lawsuit in Maui Power Company is the accused. Same story as what happened in California. Really? Let's see. Let's see what they got on the new news. Let's see. Why weren't the Maui's residents warned sooner? Anytime, past day. don't see anything about a lawsuit. Huh. There are bodies everywhere in Maui. Oh, God. How sad. Death toll at 89? Not 93? I don't see anything about a lawsuit. Maui fire cause. Here we go. Hawaiian Electric plunges as lawyers probe cause of deadly Maui wildfires. Shares plunge on concern that equipment sparked blazes. The wildfires... No. Go away. The wildfires in Maui have killed more than 90 people. Is it not going to let me read? Unless I register? Hawaiian Electric Industries plunged by a record in concern that power lines may be linked to the deadly Maui wildfires. Shares fell 39% Monday morning at... Hawaiian Electric, let's see if I can find one that's not behind a paywall. Hawaiian Electric Industries stock plunges in wake of deadly fires. Oh, this is behind a paywall too? Dude, screw you guys and your paywalls. Wells Fargo maintained an underweight rating on Hawaiian Electric stock in a report, And while the exact cause of the fire has yet to be determined, some fingers are already being pointed towards Hawaiian Electric, as we feared, including for not instituting public safety power shutoffs. Oh, really? How do I unmute this?
Is Peter Ingram, President and CEO of Hawaiian Airlines. I can imagine you are a very, very busy person. Thank you for taking a few minutes of your day with us. Your airline has been flying in empty planes to aid in the evacuation efforts. Let's start with, what's your sense of how many people are still awaiting evacuation flights from your airline and others?
Evacuation. It's not about the electric. Didn't immediately respond to requests for comment from Barron's. Utility insurance will provide some protection, but he has not disclosed the deductibles. But HE has not disclosed the deductibles or limits. Bloomberg reported Monday that plaintiffs' attorneys are focusing on the company's equipment as a possible source of the fire and plan to file lawsuits this week. Okay, so yeah, they are gonna try to blame Hawaiian Electric for starting those fires. Facing scrutiny for not cutting power before Maui wildfires. They are trying to blame the power company. That's interesting. Power lines downed by strong winds led to Maui wildfire spread suit. Well, is that byproduct? HECO kept the power flowing in Lahaina even as poles toppled. The Hawaii utility has acknowledged the growing danger of wildfires and made some changes, but lawsuits are already pointing to live power lines as cause in Maui. Hawaiian Electric, whose transmission lines run all across Maui, did not shut down the power in Lahaina ahead of the week's deadly devastating fires. The technique has been used in California and other places prone to wildfires, nor did the utility have a formal plan to shut down large parts of the grid, according to company officials. company said it did take other more limited steps to deal with the fierce winds and red flag warning of extreme limited steps, I guess. Some 29 fully energized poles fell across the roads in West Maui that day. Oh wow. While it's still not clear what caused the fires that began Tuesday hitting Lahaina hardest, authorities have said those poles stifled access to the fire zone and prevented many from evacuating. Ooh, shit. There should have been greater alarms raised. That's what people are saying, like that they underreported that they have a really good warning system that's usually in effect and that didn't go off at all. Which is, that's sketchy right there. And you know, what a perfect fall guy to be the power company, right? Because it's a power company, it's a corporate entity. It's not like you can't point to it and say, it's him, it's his fault. It's a power company. And so what are they going to do? They're like, oh, we're sorry. We'll pay a fine. We'll rebuild. You know, what a perfect fall guy. The government failed to really observe what was happening during the last couple of years with increased number of wildfires to make it a priority for utilities to be serious about policies that would address down power lines that could potentially cause sparks and create wildfires. Wow. In a statement Friday, HE CEO said shutting off the power in Lahaina on short notice would have required coordinating with first responders, the electricity powers, the water pumps used by firefighters, and the equipment for customers with special needs, the statement noted. Well, equipment for customers with special needs. I don't know. I mean, fire hydrants, they don't use electricity. They're always under pressure. So like you just have to open it and water comes spewing out. I don't understand what water pumps the firefighters use. They either use, don't the trucks have the pump? Where's, no despair bear, debunk this bullshit. I don't believe the story, it's a cover story. Yeah, I heard some first-hand recounting of the fire just before. First power went out, then fires began, then the wind. Looks like a setup. First power went out? Oh. Plaintiffs. I see Monica and Renee Reed Eder individually and in their representative capacities and on behalf of a class and subclasses of all persons similarly situated plaintiffs versus Maui Electric Company, Hawaiian Electric Company, Hawaiian Electric Light, DOE governmental agencies. Whoa. Plaintiffs bring this lawsuit on behalf of thousands of people who live and work in and around the town of Lahaina, whose lives have been forever changed. The devastating fire roared through the former capital of the Hawaiian Kingdom on August 8, 2023, leaving utter devastation in its wake. Despite the National Weather Service issuing high wind watch and red flag warning, the cautioning both that damaging winds could blow down power lines and that fires that develop would likely spread rapidly, defendants, blah, 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 inexcusably kept their power lines energized during forecasted high fire danger conditions. Scores of people burned to death. Other victims suffered severe burns, smoke inhalation, and additional serious injuries. The fire decimated the entire historic town of Lahaina, its homes, business, churches, schools. Wow. Destroyed building. Holy shit. Look at that. Banyan Court, Maui's oldest banyan tree. You know, wow. The trucks have the pump. Yeah. Because they're saying the pumps used by firefighters. It's bullshit. We have generators on board also. The engine from the truck runs the PTO. That's what I'm saying. That's what I thought. Because don't they have it on the truck so they could just pull up anywhere and start firing water at it, right? Remember those 80s videos? Yeah. So I don't understand what... I can see like the medical part being an excuse to not turn off the power, but not the... What did it say? Down poles were like electric fences blocking escape routes. Wow. I'm gonna see if I can find how do you spell Lahaina? Did I spell it right? Lahaina fires.
You're gonna be okay, Milo.
Oh, there's
Milo,
people in the
your mask
ocean
is dirty. It's better.
escaping from the fire. Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, just wash it. That's gonna be crazy.
That's crazy.
We're out of the water now.
Oh no!
Crazy.
We got trapped.
Yep. Yeah, power went out maybe 5:30.
So somebody's saying, look at this tree trunk glowing orange like a piping hot piece of iron, but the whole top of the tree is not burning. Well, if the fire's on the ground, it's going to start at the bottom and work its way up, so I don't know why that's weird. See, I feel like this is... You know, and we just read about plasma, right? And that when wood is glowing, it's glowing because it's unburnt material. So it's not going to be hot enough to have a plasma. Just because this tree trunk is glowing from a fire doesn't mean that it's, you know. Oh, this is crazy looking.
No, I've never seen it like this either.
That's
What is
weird.
going on?
Is that real?
What?
Wow, because the wind is so strong, the fire is on the ground.
John, get out of there! No, I've never seen anything like this either.
That's a trip.
What's going on? What?
Whoa. That's wild. Is that wild looking or what? Is there the... Yeah. What is your take on this, Cammie? Oh, Dr. Law. Sorry I left you hanging so long, Dr. Law.
No worries, Queen Bee. No worries. I just got home like 1 o'clock this morning, running late. Sorry about the pictures. Anyway, I just want to give a big shout out to everyone who came out to the meetup yesterday, and a very huge shout out to Lee and Jenny Bolton for coming out and cooking. Those burgers were awesome. They brought everything and served everybody. They hung out as long as they could, but they had to do another cooking event back home. So they came out just for us, cooked for us, fed us, and they left, you know. But their kids had a good time swimming.
That's cool.
Yep. Yeah, we saw Austin and Kai before they left, and we packed them some of the burgers. Lee and Jenny gave them some burgers for their road trip. So that was great. And Caleb and Selena came in a little bit late, so they weren't in the pictures. So we were missing like 6 people from the pictures. So it was a good turnout.
Yeah, it was.
And
definitely.
we had always have a good turnout. You know, I just threw it together last minutes, just trying to welcome Alec into the community. He just got here a couple of weeks ago, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just welcoming him into the community, and it was just Jack's birthday, a couple of days before his birthday, so we had a great time. Also, I just wanted to address something. Well, you know, we had Karen call in and complain about it, our group, so that was kind of funny. That's a little drama at the poolside.
Mm-hmm.
But and also we had a little drama on the tube here. Just want to address it, you know. But it was from John the Morgile. I hope he doesn't take any offense. I didn't know that he was there. I don't know what's going on with that. But just, you know, if John hears this, hey, it was my meetup, John. Just trying to get people together. I didn't know you wanted to come, but if you want to, you know, next time I do something, you know, you can come out, you know, just take down that video you put up. No one's trying to bash you, man. Okay.
I personally
We're just all trying
don't
to have fun.
I'm just going to say that I don't care if he was offended, and I don't care anymore because he's a liar. He's a liar. And, you know, I'm sorry, but I don't feel bad if somebody who took advantage of very good friends of mine who extended their helping hand to him, and he just completely shit all over their helping hand. Like, he did nothing to help himself, did nothing to get himself, better, absolutely nothing, terrorized their children, terrorized their whole household while they were there, and then they're gonna leave. And when those people understandably don't want to be around you, now you're going to make videos calling them a liar and playing the victim? The fuck out of here. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. I don't feel bad. That's just me.
Right, yeah. I mean, we're all entitled, you know, to our opinions. But, you know, if, you know, like I said, it was out there for everyone, but it was kind of good that we kept it kind of small crowd. We actually had a pretty big crowd, right? A couple dozen people, Karen. But I didn't want to have any drama either. But you know, just want to say there's no hard feelings from me. So I hope he doesn't think that, you know. But anywho, Anywho, let's get away from that. Also, I wanted to tell you, Karen, I cannot make it Friday because I just remembered I had to go help a friend with her restaurant / seafood market on Friday. Her husband is having surgery, so I've got to be there all day. I got to take off work Friday. I can't make it.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Yeah, and then my son's soccer season starts right after that, the week after that. So I'm going to be kind of busy, but we're playing at home a lot this year, so I might be able to make some of them, some of the meetups if anyone has it. Okay.
All right.
But other than that,
what if we did it Saturday instead of Friday? Would you be able to come if we did it Saturday, or is that still too much for you?
It's both. It's all weekend. I got to work that Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's in surgery. She wants me to work the next week. I'm like, hey, I can give you, Friday, because Saturdays I'm off, but I told her I'd give her that. And then, if Sunday I'm free, but, I don't know about everyone else. So, you don't just do it on just for me. Okay.
Okay.
You guys go ahead and have fun. I wish I'll be there in spirit, I'll be there like all the pictures.
Like all the pictures.
I'm Waldo. But yeah, we had a great time. We after that, Tiffany and I hung out with Sarah and Griff and with Carl, FE Nation. Had a good time there. But anyway, I just want to say that, Karen, people think that you're making money or begging for money and, doing your events and stuff. I'm going to say I've been to all of them, and money is not an issue when it comes, for our group. But I just want to, put it out there that, whoever says that you're trying to beg for money or making money or crap like that, please, guys, just come out, see what it's about. Karen has never taken any money from anyone. She's actually giving more money back to keep the event going. She's putting out a lot of money to get speakers in, because, truth should be free, and it is free. But
it is
when you
free,
plan
but
an event,
events aren't free. Renting space isn't free.
Right.
Setting up a stage and audio video isn't free. I wish it was.
Absolutely right. They need to separate that. If they cannot discern an event from the truth, then they need to work on their mindset. This is completely ludicrous, what people are saying. And for those people who don't come out because of, differences in opinion, hey, I'm sorry, but if you go tell that to the normal sheeple, they're going to laugh in your face. At least, we talk about it. We try to, hash things out, but the people are going to laugh at you guys. I don't understand the mentality that people have. We're all out here for the truth. Nobody knows everything, but we can at least chip away at it, and we cannot assume to know anything that we can't prove for ourselves. So, but I'm not trying to push your Flattoberfest events or any event that you do, Karen, but I think you deserve to get whatever comes, if not more, tenfold, 100-fold. Why not have another, some flat earth millionaires in our community? Because I would bet my life on any one of us who makes that kind of money that we would help more in our community than the sheeple would help us, knowing that we're flat earthers. So guys, get your heads out of your butts. We still need to stick together, and the division is just tearing us apart. Yeah. I don't know how much more I can say it. Even if one of us disagrees with you wholeheartedly, we can still agree to disagree. We don't need to be calling each other names and bashing one another, and if you want to debate and something like that, let's do it privately. Don't need to come on and debate in front of everyone and then cause a big stir. That's what I see all the years that we've been going through. People have been trying to come out, trying to get, I guess clickbait or some kind of more attention to their channels, But that's fine and dandy. But when it comes to something like, for instance, Dell was in your chat. I used to be subscribed to Dell, and I unsubscribed years ago, probably about 6-7 years ago. But I liked what he did when he was out there flat smacking people.
Mm-hmm.
With Gavin, remember his friend Gavin?
Mm-hmm.
I think that was his name. But anyway, they were out in the streets. I loved it. I used to watch him do the live streams and whatnot, and watch all his videos.
I agree.
And he comes on here to say that you're asking for money. Well, let me tell you, Dell. I mean, I've been there, and we actually raised more money. Me and my friends with the Kakalaki crew, or whatever you want to call us, just a bunch of flat earthers. We're throwing down on food. Making money from the food, and we take that money, Dell, and anyone who bashes you, we take that money and we give it back to the people who need it in our community. And let me ask you, how much money have you given back to the community? All the people saying negative things about you making money, how much money have they given to help our own brothers and sisters out? So if you can match or be more than what we have given, as a collective during your events, I'll match that price and I'll give that back to you. Just to say we're on the same level. Until then, please don't stop all the bickering and about all the money grab. We all have to make a living. Money is one of the worst things that you can ever possibly have. But with it, you can do good. And there's those that do bad with it. So let's stop all that. It's not us. All of us are struggling in life. We're not the elites. So please, let's put an end to that once and for all. I just want to shout out to you, Queen Bee, for doing these events. And let's hope we can keep doing them, and getting people together, waking them up, and, open more minds than close more minds. Okay?
Yeah, man. Exactly.
All right. Much love to everyone in chat. And, like I said, I don't hold any grudges against anyone, even Dell and all the naysayers and the people who have left the community because of differences in opinion. I have a lot of love for everyone, but let's just stop all the childhood, childish name calling and things like that. And let's move on. Have fun. All right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
Well, one last thing before I go. I forgot to tell you. Peter Jarvio texted me last night, and he said he's going to be in, I think it's East Kentucky University tomorrow. Let's see here. Yeah, East Kentucky University, Tuesday and Wednesday. And he may stay for Thursday and Friday of this week. So tomorrow when you do Strange Roll with Mark, and shout him out. I want to shout that guy out because he's out there doing the hard work. Just like I believe it's John Evans out in California, who's doing the hard work at the farmers market.
Yeah, he does the Davis
he does
Farmers
the same
Market.
thing that yes, he's doing the same thing that flat fellow Tommy and Free Flow and the Kakalaki crew are doing here at the flea market. We, Tommy's been doing that since 2020, I believe. So it's been 3 years. So he's been doing that. He's been busy with doing his homestead, at his place and trying to build back up from all that.
He's got to fix it, put his place back together.
Yes, but we're gonna get out there sometime, maybe after Flattoberfest. But I just want to shout out to Peter Jarvio. He's out there, seeing hundreds of students per day, flat smacking them, and being ridiculed, and John Evans as well doing that. And also one more guy that's out there in California. He goes by, I think it's Level-Headed William and Natalie. You know, he goes out there and sits in front of the universities as well, or in public places. I've been in their chats, and a couple of, you know, people there are kind of, you know, were kind of nasty to me, but hey, it's okay. It's okay. They don't know me. I don't know them. And, you know, the internet is a great wall to hide behind, you know? So I still shout him out. You know, I try to see if he wanted to come to Flattoberfest, but he thinks you're a shill and that I'm a shill or whatever.
Okay.
I've never seen a shill give away money. You know, I've never seen a shill give away money or try to help people. But hey, yeah, that's fine. I'll be the number one shill.
Yeah. Whatever.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for coming out, Karen, and good seeing everyone. Much love to all. All right. You have a good day.
Thanks, Law.
Yeah. Later.
Yeah. It's so funny. Everybody wants to be a hater. You're a shill. You're whatever. Whatever. You know, and then it's funny because I go through this every year. People go, oh, you're just in it for the money and and you're a shill. And I'm like, you know what? Fine. Fuck you then. I'm not doing any more events. I'm done. This is the last one, right? I'll say that. And then all I do is get messages from people. Where's Flattoberfest going to be? Are you doing a Flattoberfest this year? When's it going to be? And then people won't leave me alone because they're like, you're doing Flattoberfest, right? You're doing Flattoberfest, right? So it's like, you know, that's just how it is. Mr. Beast is a shill and gives tons of money away, just saying. Right, Billingtano. Eastern Kentucky University. Yeah. You know, Sam sounds a perfect place for the event. The rooms are nice too. Right, Jared? I think we're going to have a great time. It's what they want. Yeah, it is destructive. Well, you know, here's the thing. I live in the same matrixy world that you guys live in, and I need money to buy groceries, to pay my bills, to, you know, live just like everybody else. So when I put my own money forward to do an event, I actually need to get some of that money back, or else I can't do any of this anymore. Do you guys get it? Like, if I don't get money for the events, they don't happen anymore, because I take the money that I make from the previous event and I save it until the next year, and then I use that money to start doing the next event. Because what you guys don't understand is that I fork out thousands upon thousands of dollars in the many months leading up to Flattoberfest, and I don't get any of it back until the event happens. So all you people who want to complain to me, who want to email me and be like, why does it cost so much? Why is it so expensive? Like, I've got people emailing me and they're going, that includes the lodging too, right? And I don't know what fantasy world you guys live in, but if you find somebody who can do an event that lasts for the whole weekend for 2 days, and it includes your lodging, and they can only do, and for $225 for the entire weekend, please give me their contact information, because I need to start using these people, okay? Because I don't find deals like that. Those don't exist as far as I know. And my time, exactly. I spend all my time and money, and then all people do is bitch at me for months. You know, meanwhile, I'm just like forking out. Do you know how much money I've spent on flights just to get all these people here? Like, 2 of them are from the UK. I've already spent like $8,500 just on the flights. Just on the flights. Then I'm paying for everybody's hotel room for 3 days. So 3 nights in a hotel times 15. Okay, that's my bill. Some of those people are staying more than 3 days. Then I have to rent the space for the actual event to take place, which was pretty expensive. Way more than it cost to event the Shrine Club, right? because it's an actual hotel. Then, because the space doesn't have a stage, it doesn't have an LED screen, it doesn't have any speakers, now I gotta go pay and hire this company out and give them thousands upon tens of thousands of dollars so that they can come to the hotel and build a stage and put the LED screen and put all the speakers up and the microphones and everything so that we can have an event. Okay? I don't think you guys understand. I could put 3 events on in Greenville for the price of 1 event in Las Vegas. And I don't even feel obligated to tell you guys all of my financials about what it takes to put this stuff on. Really, I don't have to tell you guys shit, really, but it's fucking expensive. And so I just want you guys to know, all you people who email me and can go, oh, what about food? Are you getting us food too, right? Why is it exposed? No, I'm not buying your food. And by the way, if I was to provide food for the event in Las Vegas, the tickets would be at least double, because paying for catered food for all these people is not cheap. I'm telling you right now, you guys can feed yourselves for much cheaper than I could feed you for if I was to provide all the food for the event. So, I could make it ridiculous and all-inclusive and charge you guys $600 each, but who wants to do that? Then you have a limited menu. God damn it, Karen. People should expect any event they will go to cost money. I know. It's, it's not even a niche. Like, anybody could do it. You just have to put in the work and do it. It's not even like it's some specialized thing. It's really not. You just have to put in the effort and the work and the time to do it. That's it. Buffet tickets in LV are pretty cheap if they want to eat. Right. That's what I'm saying. But seriously, like, doing a remote event, this event is not like Greenville, and they're all different too, especially if you don't do it at the same venue. It's the basics are the same, but there's going to be different things and things that are unique to each event. It is a live event. But this being in Las Vegas, I mean, there's a reason why my events weren't held in hotels before, because it's fucking expensive. It costs a lot of money. Newsflash. So, please don't email me to complain. Don't email me to tell me how my event is too expensive, because there's other events that have been going on that are way more expensive than mine. Better than Golden Corral? That ain't saying much, dude. Super Bowl $1,000, right? And they forgot the prices of FEIC. Exactly. Even 2019 was the last FEIC, and tickets were $249. Okay? That's more than my tickets are now. So, clearly I'm not doing this just for money. I feel like, honestly, I'm not even charging enough for this event. As expensive as it's been, and I've gotten sticker shock on a few things, I've been like, holy shit, I should be charging more for this event. I should be charging more. But I already set the ticket price, so I couldn't just, I changed my mind, So, if people want to complain, you don't have to go. Nobody's required to go. If you don't find value in this event, if you don't find any value in what I'm doing, you're not required to spend money on it. You guys don't have to go. It's just that simple. But if you want to go and you want to listen to these great presentations in real life, you know, these speakers, they put a lot of effort into this stuff. They put together, you know, graphics and everything. And we, you know, they do put effort into putting together a good presentation for people because they don't want to disappoint. They know that everybody's spending a lot of money to come to the event, and they do a great job. And then there's also going to be live music. And then on top of that, when these people aren't presenting, they're walking around and you can, you know, talk to them, and they're, you know, you can meet them in real life. You can get pictures, you can get signatures, you know, all that stuff. That, you know, is an experience that you don't get online. And it's something that unfortunately cannot be put together entirely for free. Man, if I could do something like this and do it for free just to let everybody come and experience Flat Earth, I'd do it. I would do it. I mean, it would be amazing, but that's just not realistic. It's not realistic. They're super old. If you want to go to the best buffet in Vegas, go to the Wynn. Trust me, the others are kind of shitty, mass-produced. The Wynn actually prepares their food with some give a shit. Really? Yeah. There will be posters that you can get signed. Lots of work going into this. Yeah, and that's not it. Like, I have things that I'm working on, that I'm going to be working on over the next month to finalize all the little details. And just know, you know, you guys are anybody who goes is not going to be disappointed. Nobody has ever, you know, messaged me after the fact and been like, that was the worst thing I ever experienced. I can't believe people pay you money for that bullshit. You're a scam. Nobody has ever said that to me. Nobody's ever said it. Band Chicago, $1,800 a ticket. I mean, they're world famous. You know, I get it. But you know, there's a cost to using these facilities. You know, nobody's going to let you use their facilities or their equipment for free. You know, not everybody, you know, is down for the cause. So, it's funny to me. Hello, Annie D. Raised by Gypsy. Hey, Karen, I used Royal Chef House Pink Himalayan Coarse Salt. I have a 5-pound bag and smelled it. Did not smell any iodine. Yeah, it could be just certain things. Like, I'm talking about, like, from Costco. That's where I smelled the iodine. They had the Himalayan pink salt. It's like Spice Lab or something. I was like, whoa, dude. If everyone is a shill, then no one is a shill. Karen, you are providing a service, so you should pay yourself a fee. Slavery is over. Thank you, Carrie, for saying that I deserve a living wage. I appreciate you. I process catering invoices for my job, and they ain't cheap. People just need to stop complaining. Yeah, I know. Dude, catering for large groups is not cheap. It really adds to the cost. Like, I mean, because I had looked at stuff like that before, where you do dinners and stuff. It really, really adds to the cost. Raised by Gypsy says people who bitch about the event are living in the Matrix, FE or not. Yeah. Whatever. You know, it's fine. You guys can all just cry about it and stay home, and we're going to be having the biggest freaking Flat Earth party of the year. Hands down. Hands down. Right, it's not cheap. But you know what though? Here's the thing. It's cheap to fly to Vegas. So anybody who went to the past events where you had to fly into Charlotte or Greenville, you're going to see that it's cheaper to fly to Vegas from wherever you are. It's cheaper to fly to Vegas. The hotel's reasonable. And they got lots of places to eat that I think are reasonable too. And it's in an area where a lot of people are going to be able to drive to it. Sam's Town has a huge parking lot. There's a KOA campground right there in Sam's Town. You don't have to stay at the hotel. You can stay at an Airbnb. and just drive there because Samstown has a big hotel and just hang out, you know? Maybe next year if it's on the East Coast I might make it. Have you ever been to the ones on the East Coast? Somebody put in my chat today, they're like, I live in Greenville. Is there going to be any event this year in Greenville? I'm like, man, I just did it 4 years in a row in Greenville. Where were you then? Maybe AV equipment is crazy expensive. Yeah, man. Hey Nathan, can you check your email and see if the AV guy, actually speaking of Flattoberfest, can you check your email and see if the AV guy emailed you an invoice with an equipment list? Because he sent me a text and said he emailed me an invoice, but I don't see it. So it could have gone to you and not to me. And so can you please check? In 40 days, it will be 7 years since the Revelation 12 sign. What Revelation 12 sign? I'm curious. That's what I thought, Matthew. What? Good morning. I recommend staying at Sam's Town. It's worth it. I do too, just because you'll all be in the hotel. Like, whenever I started doing these events, I really did I wanted to do it like FEIC and have it in the hotel where everybody could get a room and stay in the same hotel, but they're so expensive. I couldn't do it at first. I just didn't have the capital. And I had to do a few, look at me, I had to do a number of events before I could get it in a hotel all in one. You know? This is grassroots. You know, you guys want to talk shit? There's nothing more grassroots than what I'm doing. Alright? Nothing more grassroots. Yeah, even your biggest haters had a great time. We have video proof. Exactly. Wish I was going. I live in bumfuck Northern Ontario, Canada. Cheers, John. Northern Ontario, wow. There are other Canadians coming though. But you're I don't know, you sound like you're even more remote than most. Hey Chuck, thank you for the tip. We get free beer, right? Thanks for all you do, Karen. Just like watching you go off. You know what I am thinking about doing though? Because a lot of people who bought tickets, because if you go to the website and you go to buy tickets, you can say that you're a single flat earther. And I may do a little cocktail party. I may rent a room and have a little cocktail party for singles. But I got to get a hold of the hotel and I got to figure that out. But I would like to do that. I want to see my people be happy. I would love to see you guys, you know, get with other flat earthers and make flat earth babies and be happy and live happily ever after in this realm. You know, it makes me happy to see other people be happy. Like Jenny and David Rife, they just had their baby. Like, that's awesome, you guys. I love it. Kai and Witsit with their baby. You know, Sarah and Griff. I love this makes me happy. Side note, before we got totally distracted from talking about the fire and the plasma stuff, and I saw this video come up under Hawaii. This says underneath here, this video is from 2022 in the East Bank of the Flats in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland fire investigators said it was actually a small fire that started in a mulch bed, and strong winds caused the flames and embers and then spread to other mulch beds. So this is Chicago in Windy City, not Lahaina. This video is going around from a surfer.
We need right now something big is happening. We've been trying to get insulin flown in from Kona over to Kapalua, but our flights are being blocked by the Department of Health because it wasn't approved by them. And right now there's a lot of people that need their medical needs met. Specifically, we need prescription medications. People are suffering over there, and there is no government official from the local county level to the state, even federally. We have no support. They're actually making it more difficult for us to try to help our Ohanas, our families, and our friends that are in need of us. So we've been going by jet ski, by boat, and soon they're going to be stopping that. And we're doing whatever we can to help, but we're very limited because we're basically being stopped by our own government. And right now we're trying our best to keep pushing through. Right now something big is happening. We've been trying to get insulin flown.
Yeah, it's kind of shady that they were only letting approved aid get through, too. Oh, you know what video I saw? I want to show you guys this video that I saw. Let me see if I can find it here. It was, I put it in Coffee Talk. Check this out. Supposedly this is like a Red Cross room. Look at all this Red Cross. A big steel cases full of cash. So the Red Cross has whole rooms full of cash. Donate to the Red Cross, y'all. Look at a whole nother room. This shit's nuts, right? I was like, dang, man. Yeah, right? That's what I was like, what's going on there? Message you. London, Ontario. Sunny Moonday. Cheers, John. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know what that's about. I just saw that video and thought it was strange. Footage of Lahaina minutes before the fire started and how fast things changed.
No, that's yeah. Slowly.
This is crazy looking. That's sketchy. Those power lines waving around right there. What? That's sketchy.
About the important passports and all that.
Investors and realtors calling the families who lost their home, offering to buy their land. How dare you do that to our community right now? If you are a victim, Kalamai, sorry, had a little bit poor reception right there. If you are a victim and they are calling you, please get their name. People keep calling me, sorry. Get their business name so we can put them on blast. This is some pilau heva shit happening right now. I am so frustrated hearing since yesterday that multiple families that I know personally were reached out and offered money from investors and realtors. Shame on you. Shame on you.
Wow.
If you are a Maui realtor contributing to that, karma's gonna come and get you. Okay? That is pilau.
What's pilau?
And if you are a
Does that mean
realtor
bullshit?
and they are calling you, investors are calling you to represent them, I hope you have dignity and aloha and compassion to turn them away and tell them off. And I need you guys to do me a favor and get their name and their business name, and we're gonna put them on blast. That is some pilau. Please spread the word. If you're a victim and they are reaching out to you, DM me their name, business, try to get as much information out of these guys and send it to me. And if you're a victim, trust that we are gonna
That's crazy.
And these guys start telling us how for acting shit. But when this shit push come to shove, and these guys start telling us how for acting shit like that, everybody gotta get together. But we don't can fucking do this anymore. I'm over it.
Yeah.
We're not gonna fucking get pushed around no more.
This is how shit's gonna be run.
And these guys don't like right now, like I feel like we gotta arrange something where everybody go to the stop and we can tell the cops, check this out. I know you're doing your job. I don't care. I'm tired of this fucking. I'm trying to do my job. Yeah?
But you guys not doing your job.
You know what? You guys didn't burn us on all the fucking telescopes. You burn us on all the different matters that matter to all the fucking Hawaiian. We're not gonna fucking do this no more. You know what I mean? Like, bro, everybody gotta get together. I don't care what that fucking mean, but we gotta, you know what I mean?
We gotta.
Yeah. Hey, guys getting guns pulled on them because they like come into Lahaina.
Serious?
After they leave, bro.
That's crazy.
Okay, brother.
That's crazy. Shocking Maui fire
Maui, I live
updates.
in Kihei and I wanted to share some local updates. Shocking, or maybe not. Did you hear about the fires? Did you hear that the government of Hawaii states their goal is to rebuild and make the entire island of Maui the first smart island? They want the entire island governed by AI, is outlined in the Hawaii Digital Government Summit of 2023 that they plan to host next month on September 25th, 2023 on Maui. Wow. Now they're going to come to the rescue for this horrible problem. And last January in 2023, there was a Smart City Conference in Maui to turn Maui, again, into the Smart City Island, pushing everything electric, making 15-minute smart cities. And there was also a contract last year to build a high-rise condo complex and businesses in Lahaina, which was a historic town that couldn't have any new development in this area. But now it's demolished. So now I guess they have to rebuild, right? We spent the morning trying to find places to volunteer to help. We feel helpless. There's so much going on. There's people who need assistance. We went to the War Memorial Shelter, which we learned has been taken over by FEMA. They've taken a whole bunch of supplies. People do not know where they're going. They don't trust that they're actually going to be delivered to people in need. In past FEMA situations, after disasters, they found containers full of supplies that were never given to the people. And if you go to the War Memorial, people are being told to go there if you need assistance. They are turning everyone away, saying that it's not a distribution center. It's a shelter, and unless you're checked into this shelter, you will receive nothing. And I will say for donations on the island, please be considerate of your fellow humans, because there's a lot of moms that need diapers and wipes and formula, and everything has been purchased and given as donations, and now it is being hoarded by Red Cross and FEMA, not being distributed to those who actually need them. So ship things in from Amazon. I shared today that you could ship.
So they're hoarding all the supplies to hand them out and nobody's getting them. That sounds familiar. Doesn't it sound like Katrina? It sounds eerily like Katrina.
Brick wall. Their family tells us that 88-year-old Elaine Nakamura and her daughter Lisa Nihei, in a moment of relief after surviving 7 to 8 hours in the water in front of the Lahaina brick wall. Their family tells us that they were trying to escape the flames on Tuesday night but had to abandon their car and jump over the seawall and into the ocean. It was a harrowing night with the flames on one side and choppy waves on the other. Nakamura got help from a young Good Samaritan who helped her to stay above the water for
The government is stopping. If you live anywhere but Hawaii, this is for you. The news is lying to you. They're not telling the truth about what's happening in Lahaina. The government is stopping supply drops because they're not approved by the Red Cross or something. Bullshit. There are people looting because there's no supplies, and all that supplies that you might be donating or donating your money, the government is taking it and not giving it to the people who actually need it. The trucks from the other side trying to get to the west side are being held at gunpoint so people can loot it. Fortunately, this only happens at night, but still, like, what the fuck? Locals have to get in their boats and go around the island to do supply drops by themselves without the help of the government. That beach was where I used to live. Uncle C and these locals whose family's been there for hundreds of years have to do it themselves? This is my best friend who posted this. She lost everything. She lost everything she owned. She lost her house. I know at least like 20 people who lost their homes. And they didn't get a fucking warning. Apparently the cops rolled around once in the neighborhood. That's it. No evacuations, no signs, no sirens. That one time when there was a nuclear missile and they made like everyone get alerts. What happened to that? Where's that when you actually need it? The fuck? People do not get warnings that their house and everything they know is about to burn down. There's no evacuation notice. There's no time. People were stuck in their houses burning to death. The amount of fatalities is expected to be more than 500, but less than 1,000. Many of the fatalities will be children who were at home because of canceled school. Parents worked, and the children were fucking home alone, and they couldn't leave their own house. There was the fire, and the
Wait, children home alone.
100% contained, knowing that there would be 70-mile-per-hour winds by the afternoon due to Hurricane Dora. They left it there, and this shit happened. Like, what?
Like, what? 17 of 18 Lahaina firefighters lost their homes. Oprah. Oh, that's right. Oprah, this bitch lives on Maui, and she's been, apparently people are saying that she's been trying to buy land and nobody wanted to sell to the elite sickos. John says, I also want to thank Effie for opening my eyes to not working 12 months a year. Now I only work 5 or 6. Let's see what this piece of shit Oprah's saying.
Oprah, this is your 3rd visit to Maui War Memorial Gymnasium. For those wondering, want to know if you're in this here for the long haul, what would you say to them?
Well, what I would say is we all know that in a week or two, all the cameras will be gone and the rest of the world is going to move on with their lives. And we're all still going to be here trying to figure out what is the best way to rebuild. I will be here for the long haul, doing what I can. I felt as helpless as so many of you who are watching this right now, and didn't really know what to do. And so I've just been doing whatever I could. Today I brought back personal hygiene products. And the other day it was towels and sheets and pillows. And the day before that it was water. And so I think being able to talk to people one-on-one and hearing their stories and just be there and listening and letting people know that they matter is really significant. But in the long run, the rebuilding process, and I've been talking to a lot of other people about what that's going to look like. The most important thing is finding places for people to stay.
What's your biggest concern right now?
My biggest concern is who's in charge and how does that money get directly to the people?
Has it seemed a little?
I don't know. I don't. You know,
That's your biggest
I'm
concern.
just here. My biggest concern is how do you get the resources to the people who actually.
How it looked as it was getting started. It's got worse and worse.
Terrifying.
It's horrible. This is horrible.
Look at that, wow. The whole city's on fire. That's insanity, man. I don't trust Oprah either. Latchkey kids, exactly what the Clintons want. No, she's just waiting there for people to give up and cave in so she can probably buy their property. People in America and in Hawaii need to be united regardless of your political views. Let's see what this says.
Are the people richer? From what I'm seeing on social media, there's a lot of anger from the survivors on Maui, the island in Hawaii that was recently burned to the ground. The survivors are upset that they were not given warning. The sirens did not go off. They're there for weather disasters. And worse than that, you got these celebrities like Oprah flying in with their hundreds of millions of dollars, supposedly to provide relief. So as Oprah and these other Hollywood celebrities with their hundreds of millions of fiat dollars, which they all made back in the 90s.
And then meanwhile, we've got video of the locals having to take their own boats and go from island to island to deliver aid.
As much as they humanly can for that reason, because this is their monopoly board. We are the servants on their monopoly board. And I think there's an enormous amount of resentment of people like Oprah flying in to save the survivors.
Yeah, you don't really have a lot to say there, dude. We already know that. Chronicles events lead up to the start of the Lahaina fires. Let's see. We looked out the other side and saw it was Kahoma Streams.
Oh no. Oh my gosh.
No sirens. This is the part that is so sussy to me. No sirens.
Look behind us. Look behind us.
Go drive down the bypass for a minute and just see how far we go and just see what happens, and then we can just come back up and turn around.
Is that the sun?
Because it's just an open highway at this point.
Oh, look at that. Little vortex over the water there. Wow. Yeah, let's see, Hurricane Dora. Hurricane Dora is now a typhoon, but did it make Maui fires worse? Hurricane update. Tropical cyclone. Let's see. How about Pacific? Greg. Oh, Tropical Storm Greg is heading now, it looks like, towards Hawaii. Oh, no. Well, here you go. See, it's not going directly towards Hawaii. Below it. South of it. This is crazy, man.
The people in Lahaina, if you can't post it, come out here and tell your friends.
To where, Matt?
To Kahana Boat Ramp, to Lumma Estates. And ask anybody if you don't know. It's pretty easy to find. You have to go around because the bridge is out. So you have to go around the Peak Market and come down this way.
They come from the north side.
And it's a one-way, so mind you, it's going to be a little congested, but we're here, man. We got so much stuff. And yeah, people need it, man. The stuff you guys are bringing, it's unreal. Thanks. They're going to need it.
Yeah,
Russ.
You guys want more propane?
See, look at these people with jet skis and boats delivering stuff. Where's the freaking Red Cross? Where's those Red Cross ships at, man? Japan is next. Where's Red Cross? How come this dude doesn't have a Red Cross shirt on? Bunch of people missing. How sad. Okay, shit's not adding up. Was thermite used? Those that said structures burn quicker than trees and that's why trees are still standing. Okay, let's say for the sake of argument that's true. Oh, but notice a tree trunk ablaze. Last night I recall it's difficult to get a log on the fire to burn. Ba-ba-ba. This I don't think is a Lahaina video, to be honest with you. Because I saw videos similar to this where Okay, Lahaina. It is Lahaina. Interesting.
Just all the power lines were.
And when you made your way there yesterday, what was visibility like and the conditions like the whole way over?
So driving from Lahaina to Kihei, we initially went to Kihei to my little sister's house. She was putting us up, and then we had to evacuate Kihei. But the whole way there, we took a lower highway road, and it was just all the power lines were down. Stop traffic to get around everything in order to get out of there.
No, trust me, there's no reception though. How come I got to call you?
Jesus.
No, trust me, there's no reception though. It says SOS, I believe.
Oh, God damn it! Let's go! Let's start from here! No! Yeah, go! Come on! Come on, baby!
Jeez.
Oh my god, dude.
Panic.
Promise to end up the meal, right? Promise to the smoke stop. Oh, you made it. We found it. We got a line on the road. Oh my god. Somebody's down right now. Somebody's down right now. Somebody's down. Just know that we cannot do nothing for her. Oh my god.
Yeah, that tree did look like it was burning from the inside out.
Just go. Go, people, go. Beat the horn down.
That tree up here, it did look like it was burning from the inside out. Yeah, that's an older tree. You know, it's hard to say though. That does look weird. How sad. I couldn't imagine, man. I could not imagine coming back to my house and seeing it in a pile of fucking dust like that, dude. That's gotta be hard. That's gotta be hard. Feel for those people, for real. Just curious how many of these mansions were destroyed by the so-called wildfires. Well, it was Lahaina, so... Lahaina, oh, down here with it, there was another fire near Oprah's place. Hmm. Hmm.
God. Oh my god.
They're dead animals? Oh, jeez. Most people think it's arson. So, difference between arson... Okay, let me ask you guys this. What's the difference between arson and directed energy weapon? No one is safe from dew. Everyone hear about the cursed banyan tree that burnt down there? People are happy that it's gone now? No. There was a cursed banyan tree? I know there was like the big banyan tree that they that everybody loved. Counting more money, yeah. Voy and I protesteth against what? What if we are watching They Are the Lucky Ones? So many died in their vehicles. Yeah. Wonder if the tree had a hollow spot. That's what I wonder too, John, because that is a thing with trees. They do rot from the inside out, because I have trees that do that in my woods. They'll get a fungus and they will literally rot from the inside out. So if there's a big fire, an ember could drop inside of there and it could make the tree start burning from the inside out. Not that I don't, and everybody always gets mad at me, oh, Karen, you believe the mainstream story. No, it's not that I believe the story that they're telling us. It's just that we have to be intellectually honest with some of the things that we're talking about here. I try to be intellectually honest with stuff. Like, let's be fair. Not just because the tree is burning from the inside out doesn't mean it was a dew. Like, that happens because of lightning strikes, or like if it was hollow inside and it was already rotting from the inside out, and then, you know, burning embers got inside of it and started it that way. So, you know, it does look weird though, but you can't really make assumptions about stuff like that without really knowing everything around it, the whole context. But see, stuff like this, where's this picture come from? This drives me nuts. Look, I want to try something here. Let's see. I'm gonna do a reverse image search on that because I want to know. Oof, come on. Where did that file go? Did it not save? There, that's what it is. There we go. Slideshow sun pillar at sunset. Sun pillar at sunset. So it's a sun pillar at sunset. This is not even a fire. So like if the sun is low on the horizon in such a way that it's gonna, and there's, you know, whatever, it's gonna create this same visual effect. You know, I don't know. I just don't trust anything. I don't trust anything from anybody. Jeff Snyder 2 YouTube channel has filmed trees burning from the inside out for the last 5 years. Yeah, but we just looked at a video from that guy's channel and it was a bunch of BS. He was calling everything a plasma fire and it was just a regular ground fire. And we went through this whole thing in the beginning of the show where I had to make sure that I understood the difference, like what is plasma fire, is fire plasma, does fire have plasma, and what we learned today is that plasma is a fourth state of matter. Fire does not all fire contains plasma. For a fire to contain plasma, the fire has to burn above a certain temperature. It has to be a super, super hot fire. Like over 3100 degrees Celsius. So a regular wood burning fire is not going to be a plasma fire. That's what we learned today. We also learned that out in the field, you can't really test for a plasma fire because you have to measure it, so there's no way to tell for sure out in the field without measuring it, and that a visual identity of the flame, like the color of the flame, is not an accurate descriptor of how hot the flame is. So that's what we learned today. And it did state from the, you know, that regular wood burning on the ground is not going to be hot enough to create plasma inside of a fire. So I think a lot of people are using plasma fire incorrectly from what I gather. Directed energy residue materials melted requiring very high temps. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, what's up, Karen?
Hey.
Let me get up here and get my damn breath back. Being low on oxygen today. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me. But anyway, these fires are just regular wildland fires with a lot of high wind. Is what they look like to me, as an half-ass expert firefighter.
Really? So the Lahaina fires look like wildfires to you? Or what?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
With very high winds, like, you know, because they had a hurricane passing by or something at the same time, allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
So they had sustained winds of 50 miles an hour or more. So if you got that type of winds with any kind of fire that started, and you got a dry area with all kinds of fuel for it to be burning with, it's just going to look just like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the things everybody's running from, the fire's not what's going to get you. It's all that smoke. But with the winds being that high, the smoke's going to blow pretty quick and fast. It's not like it's going to be able to settle and choke you out as easily either. But the smoke's what kills everybody, not necessarily the fires.
Right, because it's like asphyxiation, right?
Yeah, you can't breathe. You can't breathe, you're done. And then the fire might scorch you a little bit, but that's not what kills you. Most time.
Right.
But yeah, I don't, and I've seen trees burning from the inside, outside, upside down, roots. I've seen all that shit burning on these type of fires. So that the tree burning from the inside is just bullshit. That doesn't matter.
Really?
Yeah.
So how do you think the trees start burning from the inside in like normal fires that you've seen?
Well, the ones I've seen, it's basically from dead trees that haven't fallen over yet. So they're a little stronger at the bottom, but the inside's rotting out in it's got the same texture or dryness as the rest of the tree. So it'll burn from the inside. And that's the way some roots do too, you know, that's real dry. Shit just burns pretty easy. Once it gets going, you know, it doesn't take a lot to get things, you know, on fire and going, especially with wind and a lot of oxygen and fuel. That's the main thing. Fire needs fuel.
Mm-hmm.
Always remember that. If it doesn't have fuel, you're not going to get anything. And the no warning situation, I don't know nothing. If a fire goes out for first responders as firefighters, we go to wherever that fire's at, but that's the only first warning you'll have if you're around that area. But goddamn, if I'm on the island and I see smoke on the other side of the island or right down from my island, ain't that going to be enough warning to be like, hey, shit's getting wild on the other end of the island, Karen? I think we ought to get our shit and go, you know?
Yeah.
How much warning, you know, I think that's just more, government didn't take care of me. Government didn't take care of me. That's that type of, people always want somebody to warn them.
Yeah, but there was another video I did see where a resident was talking about how they usually overwarn, like they'll issue warnings on the island and then nothing will happen. So it seems strange if they're typically, you know, trigger happy with their warning system that it didn't go off this time. That does seem kind of weird, but who knows?
Right. Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. I see what you're saying on that point. Yeah, I get it. It's kind of like with tornado warnings and watches and warnings and all this type of stuff. You get so many warnings, you're like, well, damn, which one is it this time? And then they didn't get anything. I see what you're saying. That's wild.
Yeah.
Well, you know there's some fuckery going on with it overall, especially if they said that they're already offering them money for their burnt up property. So you know some fuckery's going on there.
You know, and it could be that the conditions were ripe on the island for the fires, and they just saw the opportunity
Yeah.
to start them. And, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
it could
Yeah.
be, or it could be that the fire started naturally and they're just jumping all over it because never let a disaster go to waste, you know?
There you go. Yep. There's several factors, but I'd say those last two are the more accurate ones.
Yeah.
The conditions were right with the wind, and then once you get the outcome, then you can profiteer off the outcome.
Right.
Yeah. But, yeah, I'm just trying to help everybody out there see that everything's not a conspiracy theory overall, but there is probably some fuckery going on.
Yeah, I would definitely say there's some fuckery going on, but to what extent, that's the difficult part to really tell.
Uh-huh. But it seems like there's people there around that area that's kind of trying to take care of the situation, even though, like I said, Red Cross, or where's the fucking Mercy and Comfort and Mercy? Where are those big fucking ships at?
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, that would be the time to have those, right?
That's what I'm thinking.
They're just showboats. Get it? Showboat.
Yep, exactly. Showboats.
All right, I'll end on that. I'll let you go.
All right, thanks for calling.
All right, see you.
Later. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, Karen. This is Sean from Minnesota, the land of 10,000 perfectly flat and level lakes.
Yeah, how's it going?
And good. How are you?
I'm all right.
Good. Yeah, I called in the Mark show a couple times. I'm going to try calling in tomorrow night again. But anyway, I'm just calling regarding the trees. I've been in the tree business for 30 years. And I'm no expert at fires or anything like that, but as far as trees burning on the inside, when a tree is mature and big, it is, and it has holes, and it is actually drier in the middle of the tree versus the outside, because the outside of the tree is still alive, so there's going to be more water flowing through the xylem and the phloem. So that could be a reason why trees will burn from the inside out. If it's hot enough, it's going to burn the drier wood, which is towards the middle of the tree. So anyway, that's just a theory I had. So I thought I'd call in and share.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense to me.
Yeah. And again, I'm no expert. That was just a thought I had. So I thought I'd call in, and that's all I got. So I wish you a great rest of your day, and I will be praying and wishing good thoughts for all the people on Maui. I've got friends in Hawaii. So yeah. A real bummer, and I wouldn't be surprised if there is some kind of fuckery going on, like the other guy said. So,
yeah,
but I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. So.
All right. Well,
all right, Karen.
Thanks.
Take care.
All right. Thanks. You too. Weather weaponization, arson, lack of maintenance is the problem. High winds will push fire. That's for sure. I know that. Because I had it happen in my backyard one time. I had a fire going in the fire pit, and it got windy, and the wind blew the fire into the dry leaves, and it almost caught my woods on fire. And I had to go get the hose and put the fire out, and it was scary. So I know that fires can start real easy. And that was during winter. It was dry winter times. So, anyway. We took down a 100-foot needle that had a creaking beetle for 3 years. The base exploded when the saw went halfway. Yeah, some of those trees, like, you don't even realize what's going on inside of them. Plus, some trees have higher sap content as well, with combustive properties like creosote trees, yeah, like pine trees, that pitch, super flammable. Anyway, it is good to ask questions and to look at everything with a critical eye. I feel like I learned a little something today. Learned about the difference between what fire has plasma. Is fire itself plasma? No, fire is not plasma because it's a process. And like everybody's been saying, once the fuel burns out, that's it. No more fire. Whereas plasma would be a state of matter. So, interesting that. We'll see where the lawsuits go if they try to blame the power company, and what kind of rebuilding they do for Lahaina. You know, see if they try to do a land grab. Sounds like they're trying to do a land grab. Everybody's, you know, taking advantage. So, what I started out in the beginning of the stream, and I'm probably going to wrap it up soon here, but quick, I wanted to look at this plan, this PDF of rebuilding Paradise. Paradise was that town in California that everybody, like the whole city burned up, and like, you know, everybody had to leave. And so now I haven't really looked back. It's been a few years, and I just wondered, you know, what they're doing to rebuild Paradise. This is the one where like that made like the directed energy weapons famous. Well, I guess it was made famous by 9/11, but this fire in particular, 2018, that's right. Oh wow, it's been 5 years already? Huh. Are they, I don't see anything. Let's see. Just curious what their recovery plan overview. I'm just curious what they're doing. Opportunities for a safer paradise. I just want to see what they're doing. Let's see, because they're already talking about the smart city in Lahaina, so let's see what they've been doing in Paradise. Create a safer street network, sidewalks, wider roads, streetlights, better connectivity, improve evacuation routes, opportunities for welcoming Paradise, provide more diverse, affordable, and safer housing typologies. Affordable housing in Paradise, California, you guys. Improve fiber optic internet, install sewer system, improve access to medical services, I swear it seems like these are insurance scams. They just want to have a fancy new town, so they burn it down. Outdoor event spaces, walkable downtown, improve the building permitting process, make Paradise a brand new destination community, more art, murals, museums, historic preservation, education, improve schools, bike path system, modernize and rebrand to attract new, younger residents and family. Opportunities for a greener Paradise. Here we go. Invest in sustainable design and infrastructure strategies such as solar and innovative buildings, rebuild in a more resilient way, become an example to the world and other rural communities. Vision statements. Oh. Safer. Safety first, you guys. Safety first. Prioritizes the safety of its residents, acts as a model of progressive, resilient, fire-safe California town. Supporting a mix of incomes, diverse economy, arts, culture, greener, acts as a model for sustainable and resilient design, land management, and infrastructure. These reflections, thoughts, opportunities, ideas, visions came together, Greener. So they're really focusing on this greener paradise. Safer, welcoming is red, stronger is purple, better blue, and green is greener is green. So we're looking at the stuff with the green. Town-led projects, resident fire safe education, evacuation routes, long dead-end streets. What's long dead-end streets? Greener, all eyes on the town. (2019) building energy efficiency standards, development, blah. Standing burned trees on private property. This project is taking the important step of removing the standing burnt trees throughout the town, which is critical to the recovery, blah, blah, blah. Resident fire safe education. Requiring 2 means of ingress and egress for dead-end streets. Oh, I see. They don't want dead-end streets. Boy, they're just making a whole new fancy town now, aren't they? Did they get emergency aid? Vaxes don't have to be Savia, no kidding. Trying to make your city a 15-minute city? What city is that? Make it a 15-minute city, but then how are you supposed to evacuate if you can't, if there's no way to get anywhere beyond 15 minutes? Interesting. Well, I don't know. It still seems kind of vague. Paradise, California update. Paradise rebuilds, but is it safer a year after a California wildfire? There is no way in hell Victoria Sinclair was rebuilding in Paradise. She thought she was going to die during the 6 hours it took her to escape the deadliest and most destructive wildfire in California history. The town where she'd raised her family was nearly wiped out. 2 of her 3 cats had disappeared into the flames and she was done. Despite her vow to stay away, Sinclair's family was one of the first to rebuild, braving the enduring threat of wildfires. Now repeat power outages, the nation's largest utility tries to prevent its equipment from sparking blazes on windy days. You know, this is so weird. You know, they never had to turn the power off to stop blazes during a windy day before. Why is this a thing now? I mean, you'd think that, like, advancements in the power grid would make it better, not worse. Now the power grid is so weak, you have to shut it off whenever there's high winds. That was never a thing when I was growing up. Not making buildings like in the old world is costing a lot of lives. Yeah. All this stuff now, it does burn a lot easier. Those old houses, they yeah, with the plaster and stuff, the plaster's not very flammable. I mean, they try to, you know, they make the drywall out of gypsum. It's supposed to not be very flammable either, but it doesn't help. Anyway. So, what's going on? I would like you all to remind you all, before I go today, that tomorrow on Strange World, let me just show you. We'll be having Stefan join us again, on Strange World, episode 420. 420. So, there you go. So, for those of you who said you wanted to call or, you know, call tomorrow, we're going to have Stefan on again for Strange World. So, that'll be fun. And smart meters are everywhere. Yeah. I didn't let him put a smart meter on my house. I am BS. I'm calling mother FFs. Says who? Wildfire my ass. Alright, you guys. I'm gonna wrap it up. I do appreciate you all hanging out with me for coffee talk on this fine Moonday morning. It'll be interesting to see how things unfold with the Maui fire. What happens with that. I don't know. It doesn't seem anything too crazy has been going on in Paradise as far as the rebuilding goes, but I don't know. It's interesting. Is it a distraction? Is there something to it? What's going on that we aren't looking at? I guess I probably should have spent some time maybe looking into that. What's the distraction? What's this distracting us from? Yeah. Oh, you guys are the best. So, just so you know, or remember, I'm having a major brain fart right now. Flattoberfest 2023, October 21st and 22nd, both days, 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. Okay, so 10 hours on Saturday, 10 hours on Sunday. There's also going to be stuff going on before and after the event, okay? There's going to be hundreds of people there. There's going to be lots of single flat earthers there. There's going to be live music. There's going to be presenters. There's going to be raffles and giveaways and good times to be had all around. If you have not purchased your ticket yet, you can go to flatearthfestivals.com to purchase your ticket, and you can also book your hotel through this link here. Book your hotel, and you can stay in the host hotel, which is Samstown Hotel and Gambling Hall. And we're going to have a blast, you guys. You can see the presenters who are going to be there. I do not have their topics listed. I guess maybe I should try to do that. It's like I said, it's a very grassroots thing. Just know that when you show up, you're going to love it and you're going to have the best time ever. Guaranteed. So, I think that's it. Have a wonderful day. See you guys tomorrow at Strange World. And Thursday with Glowbusters for Glowbusters Tech. And Saturday for Anti-Religious Scripture Study. I know we didn't do one this last Saturday because Jack was too busy. He didn't have time to translate, but we will be back again this weekend. And what else? What else before I forget? I always feel like I'm forgetting something. I think it's good. All right, you guys. Keep it flat. And for those who wish to send me stuff through snail mail, you can send it to P.O. Box 10, Earl, North Carolina, 28038. There are also links below for Flat Earth merch, and you can send me donations. And I do appreciate all the support. Sincerely, thank you very much. Also, please go to flatearthfestivals.com for all information about upcoming Flattoberfests and Flat Earth-friendly local meetups. If you are organizing a local Flat Earth meetup, email me at flatearthfestivals@protonmail.com with your meetup information to have it listed on the website for free. For everything else, you can email me at karenbfe@protonmail.com. Thank you for being here.